We're here, we're live, and we're partying. Welcome to the party. Hello? Hello. I hope you can all hear me. Welcome to the painting party where we only have technical difficulties and nothing else.
Yep.
Just before we started, Eddie's computer froze, which lent us a few extra minutes in the void. So, thank you for hanging out, thanks for joining, thanks for everything that you do with your lives to make the world a better and safer place for us to do this bullshit in. Anyways, I am Brian, and I am going to be moderating this thing, I suppose. Eddie, what are you doing? Who are you?
Who am I? That's a good question. For today I'm painting this, let me see if I'm in the right thing. Is this coming out good? Can you see it?
No, I haven't switched over to that screen yet. I still have to do all the other bullshit.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I'm painting Ryan's mini. It's, right? It's need to focus. Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's a little Dragonborn guy. Just go with that. There you go. It's a little Dragonborn guy. If I can, why is it? Oh my god. We're all starting off strong.
All right. So, anyways, Eddie's gonna be painting some bullshit. All right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
We are a streaming channel that apparently only streams when people outside are mowing the lawn. So that's a cool thing. That's pretty tight.
Oh my god.
What a night. Let's just call it. Let's call it a night. Thanks for watching. No, we're a streaming channel. We do every other Sunday we play an actual play Dungeons and Dragons game, and then we've started to do this painting thing, and we've had a couple hangout sessions where we talk about D&D and make some one-shots and whatever. Tonight we're going to be painting a Dragonborn mini for our upcoming Curse of Strahd game that will not be streamed, sorry. And we will see that in just a moment, but for now I want to acknowledge a couple things first, and right off the bat I want to start with we are Twitch affiliates now. I think a couple weeks ago I had mentioned it and I didn't realize that I had to go through this whole process to actually activate it, but we are activated, we're ready to go. I'm gonna click our really dope dabbing emoji right there. You can go get your own if you go to the bottom left corner of our Twitch screen right here and you hit subscribe. If you are an Amazon Prime subscriber, you can get a month free for any channel of your choosing, I believe. Who knows? So if you want to go and do that, that'd be awesome. We can get some more emojis, we can do some more fun things, you get channel points for watching. It's a lot of cool stuff. Anyways, moving past this nightmare of an intro, I want to thank our sponsors. First is Band of Badgers. They are a streaming group that hosts a ton of different games live on Twitch and then also on YouTube. We've been friends with them for about a year now. I met them last year at Gen Con Online, and I was able to get on a couple other channels, a couple other games, and meet a lot of new people. Second group is the Initiative Order. They are sort of similar to Band of Badgers, but they are more focused on their actual Discord community. So you can jump in there, you can interact with everyone, and also everyone in there is constantly making new teams and games to play along with to you know, meet some new people. Another quick shout out to Scott Owens, famous drummer from Johnny Booth, who I told I would give a special shout out to. Hello. I love you. Thank you for coming and hanging out for 2 minutes just for your shout out and then leaving, I'm sure. But the last one is Session Zero Clothing. It's a Dungeons and Dragons inspired clothing company that I own. I'm going to be starting to put out some fall and winter designs in the near future. But anyways, can you say something nice about me for everyone to hear? Scott has great hair, and he is a very fun and unique individual. That's it.
That. Yeah,
that's
good.
He's a good.
I heard
He's a
I
good
already does
drummer.
some good meat. Yeah, good meat drums.
He's a
He
good
does
meat. He's a
drum-
meat drummer.
meat-
Anyways, I think that's everything. We have a Discord channel. Go check out our Discord. I'll do all the Twitch links in a minute. Maybe you guys should touch me. Maybe if you stick around and you keep interacting here, I will mention you more often. How about that? I will read out your questions and your statements along the way. Maybe we'll do a shout out to Johnny Booth. They are a hardcore band from Long Island. If you've never listened to them, go check them out. They are a lot of fun to listen to. And Dylan's here, Jen, and yeah. Hello. All right, let's get this shit going. I'm done talking. I'm done looking. I'm done interacting. I'm gonna switch over Dylan or Eddie. Damn it, Dylan. I'm gonna switch over Eddie. You're gonna show off your mini. I'm gonna go outside and start screaming at whoever's weed whacking now. And I will be back in 2 seconds. Eddie, let the people know what you're gonna be painting. Show off your colors, and I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Okay. I'm painting this thing. I hope I got this right. I'm painting this mini. It's a little Dragonborn boy for our shard game that's coming up. I actually have this thing. If I can figure this shit out. This is pretty much the goal here. This boy is the goal. It's something like that look like, so I'm gonna keep that up there for a little while. And pretty much the way I'm gonna figure out how to do this is using a lot of silver, gray, and I primed it white on top of the gray prime. I didn't realize it was already primed because I'm a big old dangle. And a lot of blue, so I'm probably going to end up using a lot of this color, which is chainmail silver. Hold on. My thingy. Okay, we're all good. Yeah, it was a pretty good intro. Not one thing went wrong. But I guess I can get started. Ryan's outside yelling at his mom. Hell yeah, been there. But other than that, before I start, actually, I got this sick ass pint mug. Hey, welcome back.
Hi. I did a lot of screaming.
Yeah, Jen said so. I got this thing. Look at this pint. This D&D pint. Look at that. Ain't that cool, Ryan?
It is, yes. I had to mute because I had to switch keyboards this week, and this one's really loud when I type things.
Yeah, dude. In our call, your bass keeps on freezing on me every so often. I don't know if that's a me thing or you thing.
I mean, it might be a you thing because your webcam did just die a little while ago.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, your own computer just died a little while ago.
My computer exploded. But also, one more thing before I start. I went back to that store with all the magazines, and I got more of these magazines, and they're really, really cool.
Eddie, you were talking about those magazines the other night, and I still don't know what they are.
They're these. Okay, so in the 80s, they made these magazines.
Oh, the Dragon magazines. I do know what they are. This is the first time I actually looked at them when you were showing them. I've been busy as hell on my other monitor. Those are cool. I like those cool magazines you got.
Yeah, they're really, really cool, and there's a bunch of little additional rules that are in them for really specific stuff, and I think they're really neat.
All right.
Anyway, let's paint this guy. Let's see.
All right. So, and now that I'm back, Bucci, hello, welcome back to the party zone, sir.
Yeah.
Welcome back. I appreciate you hanging out with us, and maybe we're all best friends now. Maybe I'll come to your birthday. Dylan, you can leave whenever you want. Hello, Jennifer. Brew drinking mug? A brew drinking mug, huh?
I had the box that I bought with it right here, but I don't want to bring it out right now.
All right. Does Eddie talk? Eddie, do you talk? Scott wants to know if you talk, I guess.
No, and I think I hear my father's voice calling out my name, so that's pretty cool.
And Scott's still here. Hi, Scott. Let's make this a Scott stream. What's your favorite thing about Scott?
Who, me?
Yeah.
He's very funny.
Yeah, that's about it. All right, so Bucci, he said he has returned with even more questions.
Oh boy.
I'm excited to see what they are. Also, P.S. I had to move my stuff around on my desk a little bit, so if you can't hear me, please let me know. If you can't hear Eddie, if the music is too loud, just tell me and I'll change some bullshit on my end. I also have said shit more times today than I think I ever have. That's cool.
That is cool.
It's really good for our image.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's
All right,
focus on painting for a minute, and then I'll go back.
I need to pull out
these
the
fools.
fucking
hell
goggles.
yeah, hell yeah. Yo, hold
the
on.
goggles.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, hold on. Oh shit. Hold
Look
on.
at the
Actually,
camera. Look at the camera for me.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh jeez. I think.
Smile at the camera for me, please.
No. Hold on. Yeah. Okay.
Nope. Put them on all the way, please.
Okay. Hold on.
Do they magnify your eyeballs?
Do they? You tell me.
I don't know. You gotta get closer.
Okay. I'm like, I can't see. This is really hurting my eyes.
Oh, I love this so much.
Okay. Well, you know. I also got a little thing of fucking yarn that they hold it up on a fucking thingy. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I got an idea. Here you go. Here you go. And now it's secure. We're in. I actually trying to make this work while streaming at the same time. This is gonna be really tricky. A little tricky move right here.
Oh, yeah. That was very good. It's quality
Yeah.
content. All right.
Hold on. I actually
Swear more, become the bad boy of D&D painting streams. How about this one for ready? Pucker hole.
Okay.
It's like your toot box.
That's not gonna work.
Oh, hello, Jack.
Oh, Jack's here?
Yeah,
Oh,
say the F word, Francis. Got him.
Oh my god.
Fork knobber.
Fork knobber. That sounds like a fucking wizard swear word, like from Harry Potter.
Yeah, sure as shit does. Shit.
There it is again.
It's the only one I can say though. I can't say anything else.
Yeah, you can. You can. Watch.
Burgers.
Burgers. Burgers.
I had something I wanted to tell you, and I can't remember what. I wanted to wait specifically for the paint stream, but I can't remember what it was now.
Really?
Tell me more about the hooker hole. What is the hooker hole? I didn't say hooker hole. I said pucker. Wait, was it a hooker hole? Did I say hooker hole?
I hope so.
I thought I said pucker hole. Like where you toot from? You like your b-boy? Your backyard again?
Your b-boy. Your backyard again. Very nice. Very good words for your butt.
Yeah. Your anus. Your anus.
You know, it's funny. There's like a million things always like throughout the week where it's like, oh man, I could talk about this on stream. And then it finally happens, and I fucking blank super hard.
You know what I really want to talk about?
That Thursday's game.
I'll mention Thursday's game. I'm more focused on your hand.
Is it in the way?
Oh yeah, dude. I love the detail on your hairs. Your wrist hairs are fantastic.
You're funny.
I said pucker. I don't know if I would say hooker. I feel like that's not politically correct. I apologize to anyone if that's not politically correct. But I didn't say that word. I said pucker hole.
Yeah, it's offensive to the ladies of the night.
It's a,
Amen.
Edward, you're gonna get us fired from Twitch. We're now employed by Twitch. Oh, look at that thumbnail.
Not.
You're good. Look at you're in
Will you
there.
stop it?
How are you holding this thing?
This is so hard. It's so hard to hold it.
That's what she said.
Shut up. Just shut up.
Or
Let me
he.
just focus.
It's whoever.
God damn it. Oh, there it is.
What paint is Eddie using? Eddie, have we discussed your paints yet? Did you tell everyone your paints?
I briefly mentioned it, but I'll show it again. It is this chainmail silver paint from Game Color. This is actually my favorite silver to work with. I'm not even kidding. And I'm going to run out soon.
Did you already use the nun oil? Oh, that's at the end. That's at the end.
That's later. One step at a time, Ryan.
Right.
Yeah.
So, real quick story. Our Thursday game. Ready? I DM for Eddie, his brother, and a few other friends, and Jen, and I DM a Tuesday game and a Thursday game. It's an ongoing campaign. And for those of you that don't know, DM is Dungeon Master. That is what I am. That's storyteller, runs the game, blah blah blah. So we had this whole entire session where they were discussing strategies and stuff because they're essentially going to war, I believe, right? Is that what your assumption is?
Maybe. I think it's become war, but
So at the end of it, they wanted to find something to go kill. They wanted to do a side quest or whatever, doesn't matter. So I was like, all right, give me 5 minutes to take a quick break, so I'll come up with something. And I had them go into the sewers underneath the town. And down there was a few cranium rats, which are rats that were exposed to psionic waves, and their brains are exposed, and they let off light, and they have telepathy and stuff like that. Hi, Jamie. Hello. Nice to see you through Scott. Yes.
Hi, Jamie.
But they have telepathy and stuff. So they were going through the sewers and got past these rats, and then found that there was a mind flayer, which is a Cthulhuan octopus squid face humanoid person.
He's a face sucker boy.
Yeah, he's a face sucker. So basically what they do is they try to wrap their tentacles around your head and suck your brain out. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So they started fighting this thing, and it was levitating off the ground, and they got to this moment where to do this effect, I have to stun the target. So I have this illithid mind flayer who is like inverted, basically, where its head was down and was wrapping its face around our friend Terry's character's face. And I didn't stun him, but the players didn't know that. So, well, the players didn't know that he needed to be stunned for it to work. But I didn't stun him, so it doesn't really matter. But I kept on being like, oh, I only need one more round. I can do a lot of damage to him. I can suck his brain out. Blah blah. I was like really building this creature up. And then Eddie's brother Anthony comes over as a warlock, and he uses this feature that he's got that basically makes it so the next attack that the creature makes or takes does double the amount of damage. So I'm like, okay, whatever, sure. And then he tries to cast a spell on it, and he rolls a natural 1. But he has this feature called Halfling Luck, which lets him re-roll that 1. So we're all like, oh, LOL, you're gonna roll another 1. And he did. He rolled 2 1s back to back. It was super tight. It was extremely funny. But then
what an asshole.
Our friend Terry stood up and screams, Green Flame Blade, nat 20, let's go. Green Flame Blade is an attack. Nat 20 means you do critical damage. You do double the amount of damage, basically. So he says this, yells this at the table, throws his d20 up in the air, almost hits the ceiling, and it falls down, rolls on the table, and lands on 20.
Legend.
Everyone loses their goddamn minds. Meanwhile, I'm face-palming so hard.
Oh, hold on.
I know what this means for me. I know that this sucks for me, because now he's doing an attack, he's doing maximum damage, and doing double damage because of the vulnerability that he now has from Anthony. So he does something like 70 plus damage. Meanwhile, Eddie's really shitty picture here is...
Yeah, it's not great. On my phone, it's a lot better.
My post-defeat,
yes.
At which I realized there was nothing else I could do.
Alright, back to this.
And I had to accept my fate.
Uh-huh.
It was so fun. It was incredible. The amount of energy that came out from the 2 nat 1s to the crit in that span of like 3 minutes was just like maximum endorphins releasing at once.
Yeah, it was
serotonin
good.
level through the roof. It was so sick.
Serotonin levels through the roof. Yeah, it was a good time. I enjoyed myself immensely.
But anyways, that's my long story.
Yeah. Very fun game.
All right, so chat. Hello, chat. We got Jamie's here. Hi, Jamie. I already said hi, but hello again. Nice to see you. Hi, Scott. Jack. Hello, welcome back. Welcome to the party zone. I miss you
I got the
guys.
eyes really good there.
Oh, did you?
Hold on. Yeah, I probably didn't see it because my hand was probably in the way, but you know.
That's right. I haven't even been looking at the screen. So
Hold on. Let me just put
whatever you need to do.
Look at that. This is shittiest quality in the world.
There you go.
But whatever. You can see. The eyes are pretty.
No, that's good.
Yeah, not bad.
So, Yeah, that was exciting. What?
Oh, nothing. I'm looking at your mini. And I'm just thinking to myself, this guy's like mini is so complicated. All right, I'm thinking.
This one's one of the more simple ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever you say. Sure.
What's the blue you got out over there? Did you discuss what blue?
Oh,
or was
no, I didn't.
Was I talking?
You were talking. This is also from Game Color. It is electric blue or azul electric.
It's electric blue.
Electric blue, azul electricity.
That's the wrong blue, Eddie. He has to be sky blue.
You have no say in this. Here we go.
I want to mention one more time really quick before everyone bails on us. We are Spanish with Eddie Sundays at 6 p.m. We are affiliate status on Twitch now, which means if you see the little button down on the left or wherever it is on your phone or whatever, you should be able to see subscribe now. If you're not on a phone, I think only if you're not on a phone, you can click on that and then use your Amazon Prime free subscription that you get, and it lasts for a month. You can continuously do that. While you're doing that, you can earn channel points, which we're eventually going to add more stuff to do. Maybe with our D&D game, we'll add different levels where, like if you like donate or something, or if you reach a certain point with the channel points, or you subscribe for X amount, whatever, you can help narrate the D&D game that we're playing. We'll think of some things. If you guys have any cool ideas, we'll definitely take it all into consideration, because we are trying to make this more of a community-based space for all of our fans and our friends and our people. You know?
Peeps.
But right now we have one emoji, and it is this one right here, which is
the best emoji.
One of my favorite things ever to exist. And it is Eddie dabbing, because it is a natural occurrence on our stream, especially when there's a 69 nice.
Yeah.
How many points for a TPK? All of them.
Yeah.
All the points.
I love it's called mid-level dab too. That's a good name.
I think the way it works is it always has to be like mid-lev something. And if you look at any channels and you like hover over them, it will say like whatever. I think I might be able to change it, but mid-level
Ryan,
for me. What?
Okay, so I'm looking at the mini here,
yes.
right?
And you're realizing you can't do it?
What? No, I can do it. Shut your mouth. I can do anything. No, I'm looking at his clothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the brown part is clothing. It's a little bit red tint, so I'm trying to figure out exactly what kind of
I don't
color.
care. It's just whatever you want. Just brownish, reddish. I don't give a shit.
Okay, well.
Brown, I think, is gonna look better with like the silver.
No, brown's the one I want. I just wanted to get. I wanted to figure out what kind of brown.
You do not need to nail the exact colors.
Like there's this brown. There's this brown.
Don't care.
Okay, then.
Whatever you think is gonna look better.
This is the closest, I think, to what you want here. So we'll do that.
Whatever you think looks better.
So the color I'm using right now is Steel Legion Drab, which is a Citadel color, and I really like Citadel paints. But the way they package these paints in their bottles and such, hate it. Don't like the bottles. Other than that, it's very cool.
Scott wants to give a shout out. Scott, you have to pay for a shout out. You have to go and you have to click on the donate button in our about section, and you have to pay for a shout out.
Yes.
It was $1.69. I will not do it for anything less than that or more. You can't pay more than that. But that's all you're gonna get for the shout out, and it is to go and donate money or subscribe. That's all you get. You want more than that? If you subscribe for $5 a month, I'll talk about Johnny Booth and you for once every 5 minutes. How about that?
That's gonna be really fucking annoying.
It's gonna be so annoying.
It's gonna be really, really lame.
I will pull up. Let me see if I can pull up some Johnny Booth lyrics, and I will try to incorporate Johnny Booth lyrics into every sentence.
I don't know who Johnny Luth is.
Johnny Luth?
Yeah, that's what you said.
Johnny Booth.
Yeah, I know what it's supposed to be.
Well, maybe I said it fast.
Yeah, maybe you did. A little too quick. For my young ears.
So Eddie is painting a
Dragonborn.
Dragonborn. I know that. It's my freaking name. We are playing in a Curse of Strahd game, which is a vampire-based game, and that's going to start on Sunday. And this is my character, and also Eddie Thumb, the back of his head.
Oh God!
Just paint upside down. Turn your body upside down.
Hold on. Alright, son of a bitch. How does anyone do this ever? Honestly.
I don't know.
Some kind of witchcraft. Really hope you like the view of my disgusting hand. Because you're gonna look at it a lot.
So you should be getting channel points, Scott. I think it's like every X amount of minutes you spend watching, you get channel points. Which we call bingo points, I guess. I guess I named it.
We called it bingo points.
That's I guess,
fitting. Yeah. Is it like have bingo? Is it anything to do with the bingo card, or you just did because?
No, I think I just named them bingo points. It's the only thing I changed, I guess. But
Gotcha.
if you click on bingo points, it'll show you what you can do. You can highlight a message, unlock a random sub emote, send a message in sub only mode. Choose an emote to unlock and modify a single emote. I don't know what any of those mean. Ryan is a butthead. See, there you go. He highlighted a message with 100 channel points. Proud of you. Also, watch your mouth.
Can't watch your mouth, fool. It's on your face.
Nice. Got it. There it is.
Yep.
So, how is your D&D game today? Let's complain about your friends again. That's always a good fun way to start a session.
Actually, it was pretty good for the most part. I have one complaint, and I don't even know if it's a true complaint, but it came across. I'll explain. So we were playing, and we were fighting against the big bad of the arc, right? And it was pretty much we all had beef with that character. It was pretty cool, and we were having a good time. And I was doing my silly little JoJo's references every 2 seconds, because
as one does.
As one does, yes. Like my character is a JoJo's character, essentially. And what happened was, one thing, I love Luther as a DM sometimes. However, something he likes to do is not prepare at all. And I'm not saying like, oh, not prepared. We're like, oh, what are we gonna do today? Haha. No, it's like, oh, the boss fight's happening. Let's just like make it up right now. That's the impression he gives off, and it's just like, that's not cool. And it's not even that big a deal because I've done that kind of thing on the fly before, and it's not the end of the world. But the reason why it's whack is because I did a spell. It was a custom spell I asked for since the very beginning. And pretty much the spell works is I can turn any object into an animal, and anytime you hit the animal, the damage gets sent back to you, which is really cool. It's based on the stand in JoJo's, because that's what it is. Really, really cool. And pretty much, it's a spell concentration. So the obvious answer is, oh, ignore the snake, hit me. And so he does. And consistently, he was dealing over 70 damage, right? Like dealing lots and lots of damage. So I had no problem with it. But the thing that was whack was that he asked me, oh, hey, what's your HP? And I'm like, 69. He's like, oh yeah, you're knocked out. And it's just like, you didn't even roll. Like, why'd you ask for my HP and all of that? So whack. Other than that was pretty good.
I just realized whenever you dab, we can dab along at home with our Twitch emojis.
Yeah, you can dab at home. But yeah, the best part was I was using my druid abilities to make everyone at 8 HP or 10 HP, and I went to 69 health. So I became God temporarily.
Right. For a moment, and then you were knocked unconscious. Right.
Yeah.
That's how D&D works.
Yeah.
As you were talking, I was thinking about something else. I was thinking, how many? This might be a spoiler for you, but how many bosses have you ever fought that have like sneak attack? Have sneak attack damage?
0. I've never heard of that. That's insane.
Why is that insane? If the players can do it, why can't if let's say you're up,
No,
you're going
no,
up,
I'm not
you're
saying
going up
I'm not
against a
complaining,
group
it's
of
like-
bandits or something, but one of them's like a sharpshooter rogue who stays
No, that's
way
cool.
back.
That's
Hell
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, and yeah. I'm with, actually, no, I think I might have dealt with one, not a boss, but we were like playing against. I think, shot in the dark. I think we fought against like a group of 5, and one of them was a rogue and had sneak attack. But I don't remember them dealing me any damage, so I'm gonna stick with my original answer.
I do actually remember when the players in the Tuesday game like a year or two ago. Talk about your paint first.
Yes, I'm using charcoal paint to get the. I'm doing that to
Show
get
it again.
the.
Show it again.
Yeah. Sorry. It's charcoal paint. It looks like that, and I'm using that for this part right here that I'm pointing at, where it's like
The vest.
gray.
The
Yeah,
jacket.
the vest. The jacket is going to be gray. I'm using this color for the base.
Cool.
Anyway, continue.
When we were in the Tuesday game, they got to this city called Skycrest, and my stepbrother Robert, the first thing he wanted to do was branch off from the group and go find some thugs to go gamble against. And I was like, okay, are you sure you want to split the party right away? Which is whatever, I don't really give a shit, I'll figure it out. And he's like, yeah, of course, I want to go do this thing. And nobody wanted to go hang out with him, so he went on his own. So he goes over and he gets into the tavern. He's like, all right, I want to find some shady dealers. It's like, all right, you see a group of them over in the back. They're kind of all, they look like typical thugs, whatever. And he's like, all right, I want to go over and challenge him to some games of chance. I'm like, all right, cool. So he goes over and he starts fighting them, but meanwhile, they're all rogues. So he's trying to pull one over, and he's like, I'm using weighted dice or whatever the hell it was. And I was like, all right, do a sleight of hand. And then finally they caught on, and he's like, all right, how about you wager your fancy little cloak right there, and we'll let you live, or something like that, because that's when he realized that he was cheating the whole time. And he was like, no. So then what ended up happening was they all basically curb stomped the hell out of him. Like they all of them had sneak attack because they were all around him. And I think it wasn't a lot, it was like 2 or 3 d6, but it was enough to whittle him down. I'm pretty sure I made him unconscious, but the guards came and interfered before I let him die.
Right.
Because you don't want to kill somebody when they split like the party. You want to teach them a lesson,
Right.
basically. Unless maybe you're in a cave or something and there's something very obviously bad.
You gotta
in
teach
the
them a
cave.
lesson.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But typically I don't like when the party splits. It makes things clunky. It makes the game slower. But if you guys got to split, you want to split, and I set it up that way, then it is what it is. All right, let's head on over to the Twitch chat, folks. Gucci, you said you had some more questions. What do you got for us? Let's have some fun things to talk about.
While you do that, I'm gonna pee really quick. Hold on.
you
I just
son
need
of
to
a-
pee.
I was gonna
If I
ask-
pee my pants.
He does
that'll be
this
really
thing
bad
every
on
single
stream.
time. He does this thing where he just
I
gets
don't
up
want to do that.
and he walks away and he doesn't mute his microphone. He doesn't listen to me. Anyways, if you guys have any questions or you have anything you want to talk about or whatever, let's get this Twitch chat popping. Let's finger pop each other's fucker boys, is what they say, I guess. Hated that. I hated everything I just said in my mouth. Next email is a video code. So I started to make one on Photoshop where it just said bingo, and I realized I don't know that anyone would know what that means except for the ones, the true believers. Also, now that I'm thinking about it, Jen, how did you get the dab emote? Because you should only be able to have access to that as a subscriber. Whatever. If you click a little emoji, the little emote thing, you should be able to see the Midlevel Crisis live thing, and you should be able to see the dabs, I guess. I thought you needed to be a subscriber. Oh, channel points. Oh, look at that. Dylan, what would I do without you? Life would be so drab. I'm just kidding. I'd be fine. I'd be fine without you. Anyways, I don't really know what else to talk about. So, if you guys have anything you want to talk about or have any questions, let's get them going. Let's get this bull rolling.
Sorry.
Welcome back, you fool.
Fuck.
Don't you have AirPods or something?
Yeah.
All right, next time just put your AirPods in and go pee with us. Oh, dog, I think your internet's crashing out. Your phone, your phone, and your webcam are both glitching.
Yeah, it's been something, but I think I'm fine. I'll live.
Bingo. So I do. No, don't mute the mic. I want to hear that steady stream, boy. I want to hear that flow. You know, if you never mind. So if you Eddie, do you remember that sheet that you painted for D&D? And sheet was a wrong word to use, but you had like the whole grid.
Yes, I do. I actually still have it.
Do you? What color is it?
Gray.
Where did you
I think.
paint
Actually,
it?
it's actually tan. It's tan, and then I use a black wash on it. I'm sorry. What?
Where did you paint it?
Where did I paint it?
Yeah.
Downstairs.
In the sunroom?
No, in my basement, like the workout room.
Oh, okay.
Before it was the workout room.
I was looking through Instagram today and I saw some like D&D friends that be together stay together.
Yep.
I saw some D&D inspired theme tables. And this guy, I watched this build where he laid out this whole grid down, and it was like a roll-up grid, but it had a road on it. And then he took these sheets of what is that foam called? The styrofoam.
I don't know, but it's essentially just styrofoam.
Yeah, it's basically pink, thick styrofoam, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But he
From Home Depot.
Yeah. He made some slabs that look like stone, and he like piled them up on top of each other, and made. I'll send it to you afterward. Actually, let me see if I can just find it, and I'll just link it in the Twitch chat.
Okay.
But I've seen a lot of people do that before. This one was like, watching him do it made it seem really easy. So now I have it in my head that I want to actually make those things. But I don't have this.
Did you already make those
for it.
things?
No, I made tiles. I made dungeon tiles that I haven't used, and I don't really know that I ever want to use them. Every time I look at them, I'm like, they're. I could have done better, or whatever. I don't know. I look at them and I'm like, this is disappointing. It's not exciting to me. And I regret them. I wish I made the sheets for like higher elevation first. So let me find what this channel was called so I can actually look it up.
Okay. Did Anthony have any questions, by the way?
Booch, let's see. Installation. It's installation board. Booch, do you have any questions? You said you got a bunch of questions. Let's rattle them off. Let's go one at a time. I got a question for Dylan. Why are you still here?
Fuck.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. I can't remember what the hell that channel was. I gotta find it. Oh wait, I just sent it in one of the other groups. So it's D&D terrain builds on Instagram. All right. Instagram. D&D terrain builds. Boom. Also, I texted stupid Amanda because she was like, I'm not working. I'll be there. And she's not here.
That's unfortunate.
Copy link. All right. Go check this out.
Right. Oh, me right now?
Yeah, I mean, sure, if you want. I just sent it in the Twitch chat. Well, finish what you're doing and then go watch it.
Okay.
All right. Question number 1 from Booch. What is the best way to catch up on the Sunday campaign if you don't have 30+ hours to rewatch everything? I want to watch but have no idea what's going on. The cynical asshole in me just says don't wants to say don't bother. Don't
No,
waste
we
your
should
time.
do. We should make a video where it's just like a synopsis or like a thing of like, oh, hey, this is what happened so far.
Okay. Dylan, do you hear that? Do it.
All right.
Make a
All right,
synopsis.
Dylan.
Yeah, Critical Role does that. Critical Role has like the
Oh wow, they're smarter than me then. Fuck.
they have they do, what the hell is it called?
Nope.
They have Vox Machina, and then they have the Mighty Nine, which is their 2 campaigns, and then they have Talks Machina, which is on Tuesday nights, and that's with Brian W. Foster, and he talks about the session before and talks about what they were thinking about. It has like the cast on as guests all the time. But they have one, I can't remember, the hell was her name? Something Carr. Can't remember what that was called, but basically she does like a quick rundown of the session, and it's like a 5-minute long thing. We could do that. I would need to go back and rewatch them to figure out what's going on, but as long story short, Booch, there is this thing called the Hangman's Oracle, and it is
Werewolves.
it's not werewolves.
It's not werewolves.
It is his name is, this guy's name, or this person's name was Thalen in the long ago, and they had this thing. He was called the Hangman's Oracle because he started to have these premonitions, and in the premonitions he saw people stealing, he saw like different crimes, so he would go and he would tell the guards or whatever, and they would go and stop them, and sometimes, I believe, Dylan, correct me if I'm wrong, but sometimes they would be hanged for it, which is why he is the Hangman's Oracle. But X amount of years later, he's trying to, there's this cult in this town called Thalen's Hearth that is trying to bring him back, and as far as we know, it's the whole town is part of the cult. We don't know anything. The whole, and they are trying to bring him back, and they need, I guess, a Triton body, and a Triton is the race that Serena plays.
It's like a fish person, sort of.
Yeah, it's like a fish person. And they need her body, so we assume, to bring Thalen back, and we are trying to stop that. So we have a few people that are in our fold that are helping us in this fight against the entire town, I guess. That's basically it. Really, I can't, and I mean, I could get into more detail, but I would need to actually like look at the episodes or look at the sessions.
Yeah.
Oh, Scott's still here. He says hello. Hi, Scott. Another shout out for Scott. He's a good looking one with glasses on.
That's true. Those are 2 things.
Anyway, yeah, without going back and watching, I don't know. To get caught up on the campaign, I could write something. For the 2 campaigns that I'm running on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do actually have something in my notes. I do have some.
What now? Is it in my hands?
I'll read it in a second, but I do have something where it's like the story so far, and it basically is a chronicling of session 1 up to wherever you're at right now in the campaign, for both games. So it is basically like a synopsis in sorts of the what's going on, but not for this. I could probably come up with something, but I have to just find the time to do it. Maybe Dylan, after Hangman's Oracle is over, we can do like a recap episode, maybe. Oh no, I don't know. We'll have to think about it. But anyways, to the actual question, let's read it one more time. What is the best way to catch up on the Sunday campaign if you don't have 30 plus hours to rewatch everything? Honestly, dude, I think just click through, if you really want to, click through each of them and watch the first 5 or so minutes and just listen to the recaps that Dylan says at the beginning to get a gist of what we had done prior. That's probably the best way to explain it. I don't have a better answer than that. We didn't really think about that going into it.
Yeah.
But being said, Eddie, I'm going to tell you this in advance. I was talking to Dylan about this the other night. We were talking about potentially when Hangman's Oracle is wrapped up, I think there's only like 2 or 3 sessions left, taking a break from that and doing stuff on the, like that night where we would usually play, doing other things, like having the hangout or trying other different streams, whatever. When we move on to the next thing, we talked about having it be a continuation of the campaign, but like a season 2, if that makes sense. So it would be different from like, so if you go on YouTube and you go to catch up, you'd have like campaign 1. I think I might change the wording of that if I can. I don't know if I can, but if I can't, whatever. But we would have session 2 or season 2, season 3 for these arcs. Each arc would be a season, and they'd be only like 10 or so episodes long to tell that story. There's several different stream channels that follow that module. One of them is Failed Save. It's Pixel Circus. Their D&D game on Friday nights is called Failed Save, and I think they do like, I want to say between 10 and 20 episodes before that season is over, and then they take a few months off, and then they jump back into the next season, picking up right where they left off. So we talked about doing that just to give people time to get caught up, and we could also advertise and promote like, hey, we're going to be starting this new campaign up. Catch up now. It's only X amount of episodes long. Or we can make a recap video to get caught up and then just catch you right up to the story before going into season 2. So those are a couple ideas, maybe. This is me thinking right now, so who knows?
Yeah.
Anyways, Winds of Plague 2008. Yeah. Everything looks out of focus all of a sudden. Check your camera. You in focus, dog?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Let me
it
check.
Looks fine for me.
Let me do one of these. The help? I don't know.
No, you're fine. I think it's the mini. I don't know. Dylan said something. So the thing I was laughing about before was, I'm not going to say the F word on stream because my mom watches Dylan, but he said, "Screw, marry, kill," out of info, pen, and soup bones.
That's a good one. Nice.
Answer it.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Okay. Screw me, kill. So say it again.
How did you forget?
I'm trying to shut up. I'm focused. All right. Sorry. Say it again.
Screw, marry, kill, info, pen, soup bones.
Info, pen, soup bones. Kill info. Because he's too suspicious. Mary was pen. Screw soup bones. I think that's what. I think.
I would 100% agree with all that.
Yeah.
Penn is such a harmless individual.
Exactly.
And I would take him under my wing any day. Info is unbelievably infuriating to every level. And Soup Bones is just a glob that you can kind of prick, you know?
Mm-hmm. You can just do whatever you want.
Yeah. Also, hi, Mom. Let's see. When's it play 2008? Word document or something, just the important parts of each session. Here's the secret, Booch. None of it's important.
Shit.
I mean, I guess I could. I take really good notes, so I guess I could like share my notes.
The one thing I'm really like, I super love in our games. I mean, I love all of it, but the one thing I fucking love my character's mystery thing so much. So for context, my character's name is Rob Krasner, right? And he.
Are you telling this to me?
No, what? You know this.
Keep going.
I mean, I'm telling this at you. Is that helps?
Keep going. Well, I was checking my. Keep going.
Anyway, so pretty much in like the first couple sessions, like, he was very suspicious because like he would, I don't know, I can't remember exactly how it played out, but pretty much it was like no one really knew what was going on with him, and they still pretty much don't for the most part. And like slowly but surely they're just figuring out what's going on with my character. And the backstory, I'm really excited about it because it's a really cool backstory. I really can't wait for it to all play out, where it's less like...
Is it a JoJo reference?
It's certainly not, no.
Hard to believe.
I know.
Is it a Sailor Moon reference?
What?
Okay.
I couldn't even remember that if I tried. But okay. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm excited about
Sailor Rob.
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
Sailor Rob.
Your phone is blurry. What is going on?
I don't know. My phone's been like my entire thing's been acting whack all day.
Maybe it's just my connection. Maybe it's my Twitch connection.
No, I think it's more. It has to be.
No, it looks fine in Zoom.
I don't believe you.
I'm looking at it on two different monitors. The Zoom one is crystal clear, but the Twitch one is. And that might be my connection since I'm hosting the stream.
Always technical difficulties. Never ends.
Yeah, whatever. We're not professionals. We don't do this for a living.
Yeah, that's true.
I wish we would. Wish we were.
That'd be cool.
See.
But yeah, I really, really love my character. Like, my character in this is one of my favorite characters I've made so far. Like, he's really cool.
I really like it a lot, and I like it because we haven't focused on it a lot. Like, there was, I think it was like the second or third episode I read what the sword was, but other than that, I think I talked to Dylan about this one night, but the, I don't know that Salazar would care enough to continue to pursue your backstory right now. There's a lot more other
there's more important stuff going on, yeah.
But I think maybe after what happens in Hangman's Oracle, he might focus more on like, hey, so now this is over, let's get back to what's going on with you. Like, are you sure you're alright? Because you did some wild shit.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, it's like, oh, let's take a break. My brain just like, no, I want to do Rob.
Well, dude, that was what I had said to Dylan. Was like, yo, we could just like end campaign 1 and then pick up with season 2. I keep saying session, but I keep saying season 2 oh
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Start with season 2 and play new characters in a different part of the world or something and flesh out the world. And then we are immediately both like, wait, never mind, because I know that Eddie wants to do his stuff.
Yes, I do. The second all that stuff is over, then I'm down. But the thing with Rob is like too fucking cool for me to ignore.
Right, and I think there's still some Salazar stuff that has been untouched as well, and even
I've seen everyone's got something. And it's like, oh, I want to keep going with this character.
I don't know. I feel like Elodius and Zephyrins are both pretty straightforward. I feel like we might see stuff with them at some point, but I think with Rob and Salazar and Kadaj, there's still a lot that we can figure out and go with.
Yeah. Excuse me. This is so tricky. This
Dylan
gray is not with me.
Ideally for me, each season would still be these characters. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna stick with these characters until their death. There better be a character death in this big boss battle. I got so many joke characters I can pull out and make them not jokes. We also have to see what's going on with Felix's brother Pelix. We gotta check in with him.
Oh my god.
I know Patrick's out there somewhere. My plan is to, over time, slowly infest Dylan's world with all of my characters.
That'd be funny. Alright, so hold on. I need to do this really close to my face here, sorry.
Yeah, that's alright. I thought you were gonna use your magnifying glasses.
It doesn't work at that range.
Okay. How close do you have to be?
Pretty goddamn close. Alright, back to business. What was I saying? The one idea in my head that was like not the worst, like because we keep on doing a lot of one shots. For people who are like newer to the channel, those one shots would not be terrible for them because they can like just watch it and then be done in 2 hours and then it's like, okay, great, I saw the thing. You know what I mean?
Yes and no, because those are really origins and you don't see the other characters in it. You just see whoever it's focused on.
No, I mean that's fair, but I meant like just in terms of like just to watch something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Tap on your screen on your phone and see if it zooms a little bit.
Like this.
There you go.
Did that actually help?
Yeah.
Huh. This mini that you want me to do is hard.
Dylan said I do a pretty solid recap in the last one shot we did that could explain Thalen's story. I'm gonna have to watch that one because I don't think I paid attention to anything we did the whole night.
Nice. Good on you.
Hey man, I'm just here. Got a lot going on.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna watch it.
Yeah. I actually, like, that's the one thing that's like really ironic. It's like, I can never sit through like Critical Role or anything like that kind of thing. Like it's so hard to sit through that kind of thing. Like it's like I can watch this or I can watch a TV show or something. It's like why would I? In God's name. I mean, I meant to say is, no, but realistically though, it's like I physically like cannot sit through D&D streams to save my life.
Yeah, me neither.
In terms of like watching them, like I can definitely do them, no problem. But like, I don't know what kind of like D&D stream would be like. Even Critical Role, like with objectively the best one ever. It's like I can't sit. I can like watch through an episode, maybe two, and it's like, okay, well now I gotta stop before I lose my mind.
During quarantine, I watched a lot of streams, and it was mainly because I was doing it as work for Session Zero, where I was talking to people and interacting and trying to help get the brand name out there by just like having conversations with people in the Twitch chat.
Yeah.
But in doing that, I learned a lot about how to run it, how to do it, and also which streams I really liked to watch. I said it before, but Pixel Circus, their stream is so unbelievably fun, and it's either, I think it's like a 2 to 3 hour session on Friday nights that start at like 10 o'clock Eastern time. It is so fun. That is the definition of a DM that lets his players think of and do whatever they want. They also have a lot of channel viewer involvement, so people can go and donate like $50 to introduce a new thing to the game, and it's really sick. I would for sure go check out their channel. Go check out their stream. It's Pixel Circus. There's also yes I can. There's also the D4 group. They're on Rock Punch ATL, like Rock Punch Atlanta, and that's got 2 DMs, and they co-DM, and one focuses more on narration, the other one focuses more on like in the moment what's going on with everybody, and watching them work together is so sick. that group dynamic is amazing, and I would go check their stuff out too. Those are a little bit longer sessions though. I think they're like 3 or 4 hours long.
Yeah.
And there's also a newer game called Shakar, and it's on That Bronze Girl. It's on her channel every Tuesday, and then they rebroadcast it on Sundays. But those are like 2 or 3 sessions or episode 8. Jesus, 2 or 3 hours long as well. But they're a lot of fun, and that's relatively newer. I think they're on like session 20 something maybe. I don't know, but it's fun. However, to go back, Dylan said something about being able to watch Dimension 20 and not being able to watch Critical Role.
Oh, Dimension 20 is actually really good. You know what's a good one? I can listen to the Adventure Zone.
Yeah, the Adventure Zone is perfect. Booch, if you've never listened to the Adventure Zone, go on your podcast app on your phone and listen to the Adventure Zone. The first story arc that they tell is called Balance, the Adventure Zone Balance, and it's like episodes 1 through I think 69. I'm pretty sure. The first 6-ish episodes are a little rough because they're literally learning how to play D&D. After that, it branches off into Griffin's own actual storytelling, and then around episode 20 something he starts to narrate or compose music for it, and around episode 20 it hits its stride so hard and it's perfect. And the story itself is, I've listened to it 3 or 4 times I think from start to finish, that one particular story arc. They're making comic books for that story arc right now. I think they're on.
Are you talking about the Crystal one?
Yeah, they're on. I think they're on like the 4th book right now. They release one a year. I have like the first 3. I think I didn't get the last one yet. But then they did Amnesty, which was a Monster of the Week game, not Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, he has listened to Balance, and he's currently listening to Ether Seed, and Taz Book 4 is literally sitting on the table next to me. Hell yeah. So then I'll stop explaining myself. Perfect. Awesome. Taz rules. The Adventure Zone is so sick. Oh, Dylan. Hi, Dylan. Trying to think of other D&D. But yeah.
It's Serena's other one.
Oh yeah, Serena's got one. Serena plays every Friday. I don't remember the time, but every Friday on Stella Luna, her Twitch channel. It's basically a Greek mythology inspired homebrew campaign.
Yes.
They play D&D 5e.
Yeah, that one I heard is very good.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun, and she has a lot of viewer involvement too, where they can donate to do things, and I think she has like a deck of many things that somebody can be like, oh, I want to donate $25 for UT to draw a card from the deck of many things, which can totally change everything about the game in instant. It's so sick. So the fact that she's able to pull that into the game and go with it whenever somebody donates is so dope. Like I love that kind of shit.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
I wish I could just like be on the ball like that all the time. It's really, really sick. But Vince Casso, he DMs the Pixel Circus game. He's from the guild with like Felicia Day. So he runs the game on Friday nights. And one of the players is that Bria Iyengar. She just did the Critical Role Exandria Unlimited campaign, which I think was like 10 episodes.
Yep.
But that's the other one. It's a lot of fun. Good transition from Booch to more questions. How did you get into D&D?
Ryan.
No,
well, actually, no, not Ryan. Technically, D&D specifically was Ryan. When I got into D&D, my friend Max, he got me playing D&D. Actually, no, it was even before that. Years ago, like long time ago. My friends Luther and Lance, they were playing with my friend Tom, and they were playing with another. There were 2 Toms, and then there was Miser and Alex, who I don't talk to like at all anymore, but it's fine. And they were playing a game called Alpha, which was a game that they were making up on the like as they were going along. And that one was kind of fun at first, but it got a little heated later on, and we kind of stopped from there. And that was my first experience with role-playing games, and it was not the best in the end. It was fun at first, but it kind of got ruined. And I didn't touch RPGs for a long time after that. Then Max came along, and they were talking about like how they played Pathfinder a lot, and I was like, oh yeah, I would be playing more, but that one alpha thing kind of ruined things for us. And so I was like, oh, I'll run a D&D game for you guys. And he ran this campaign for Pathfinder, and it was a campaign where we all eventually got like demon spirits. We got these demons and we sealed them inside ourselves with powers and stuff. It was super fucking awesome, and to this day, it's one of my favorite. I would say it's one of my most memorable D&D or RPG experiences. And I was really hyped on that game for a long time, and then I started working with Ryan at GCC, and Ryan, we were talking about a lot of D&D stuff, and I was like explaining about the whole Pathfinder thing, and it was like how it was really fun. And he's like, hey, I'll run a one-shot for you guys for D&D so you can like try it out. And me and Anthony were like, hell yeah. And Jack was with us. I remember that. It was me, Anthony, Jack, and Jen. And was there anyone besides that? Ryan, was there anyone besides that?
I don't remember who played the first session. I think it was just you guys.
Yeah. And I had so much fun. We still play that campaign to this day. Like, we literally played it last Thursday. Like, where that whole story with Terry's, like, thing, that's where it happened. Like, it's in that campaign where it happened, because it came from a one-shot into a whole campaign. And ever since then, I became obsessed with D&D. It is my literal favorite thing in the world.
It was a literal nightmare for me.
That's too fucking bad.
I think we played it on like a Sunday or something.
I don't remember.
The first one shot we played on a Sunday, and then the way it ended was you guys saw your own bodies underneath a lake of ice.
Yes.
And then I was like, all right, that's it. That's D&D. There you go. And you guys were like, wait, what? What do you mean?
Yeah.
And you wanted so badly to learn about what happened, so we set up the second session, which was 3 or 4 days later, and I had to write an entire campaign story arc in 4 days about why you were in the ice and who did it and how they did it and how you can stop it, and make puzzles and challenges and all sorts of stuff in 4 days. So that was cool. Thankfully I did it, because I seriously love that campaign a lot. I like the Tuesday one. That one's kind of my baby, because it was the first DMing thing I ever did, and the characters we're going on year number 4 right now with the exact same characters. So that one's kind of like special to me, which is why I reference them in 2 different ways all the time, which you and I have talked about. But the Thursday game is way more loose, way more fun, and a lot of things happen in the Thursday game that I'm just like, all right, sure, this is how it's gonna go, I guess, huh? Cool. All right. Well, oh, Damien's here. Hi, Damien.
Oh, hey, Damien. Really excited for our Shroud game coming up.
Damien, he is one of the best people, one of the best DMs. He's a great painter. He's got a 3D printer that I am constantly abusing, and I'm sure he hates it. But Damien, Terry met Damien. He was running games at the library in Albany, and he was like, hey, do you want to come? I think this is how it happened. I don't know. I wasn't there. He was like, hey, do you want to come and run a game at my house for some friends? We'll pay you whatever. And that was our Silverhand game, the one we're still playing now to this day. We don't play it as much as I'd like, but that's with it's a lot of fun. We're level 19. We've killed Tiamat. It's been dope. The game rules so much, and I'm so thankful that Damien is running it for us. That we met Damien. That I'm able to message Damien at 9:30 in the morning or 11:30 at night and be like, "Yo, I have this idea or this question or something," and he's just right there to answer it, and it's so sick. And I apologize, Damien, if that ever bothers you, but he's basically my D&D lifeline. He's pretty much an encyclopedia where I can just go and like, "Hey, do you know that creature?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's on the Dungeon Master's Guide page, whatever." And it's sick. It's Damien rules. But he's gonna be running our Curse of Strahd game, which is the miniature that Eddie is currently painting. This is Oberyn, my level 5.
We are level 5, yes.
Level 5 cleric. But speaking of Terry, to answer Butch's question, I got into D&D about 5 years ago. Before then, it was World of Warcraft, EverQuest, Neverwinter Nights, all sorts of role-playing games, online chat rooms where I would basically role-play a character that was sort of like Cloud from Final Fantasy, and also Inuyasha. Oh, there it goes.
There it goes.
And also Inuyasha, like a combination of Cloud and Inuyasha.
Inuyasha.
But I would role play as him in these chat rooms, and it was always like in these tavern situations where I'd be like trying to be this dark and brooding character. I was like 10 years old. But then eventually I started to talk to Terry more, and I was thinking about like getting into D&D, and none of my friends had played D&D, and Terry was running in a game, or he was playing a game with his friend whose name I'm blanking on right now, Zach. His name was Zach. He was running a game for them, and he was like, "Oh, why don't you come over, hang out? You can watch. I'll make up a NPC for you if you want to jump in to learn how to play or whatever." And I did that. I went and hung out and learned how to play in one night, and then I had my friend Jeremy run a campaign for us, the starter set, and then he bailed on it like four sessions in because it just wasn't for him. He didn't like it. So then everyone wanted me to do it, and then I started DMing like 6 months later, after many months of brooding again, because that's all I do. But then I started running the Tuesday game that is still going strong. Oh, right. There we go. Sorry, we haven't been able to see the painting because I never clicked back to it.
Oh well, yeah, you're better off because my hands like literally it'd be like over here, or my hands like this. Like I've been like trying to like adjust it this entire time.
No, you're fine. But yeah, that's how I got into it. It was like the last I basically have done everything. Like I did Magic the Gathering, I did World of Warcraft and all that stuff. It was the last checkpoint of nerddom that I needed to surpass before there was no going back. And I'm so glad I did, because D&D is like one of the dopest things that exists on this planet. It's so fun, and ever since I started, I've been trying to teach more and more people how to play it, and setting up countless one-shots with different themes and environments and characters. It's been sick. It's been really sick. Like Scott,
yeah.
I don't know if Scott's still here, probably bailed, but I had him play one. I had him and Jamie play one, and Amanda, where we were... Jamie wanted to do a Harry Potter thing, so I wrote like a Harry Potter one-shot. And I basically just had them play D&D characters. It was sick.
Yeah, it's sick.
Eddie, what are you doing differently this week where you're positioning everything?
I have no idea. You know, I got an idea. Let me go higher up and we'll adjust that down, and then does that help?
I mean, you were fine. It's just you keep turning your hand and it gets right in the camera.
You know what it is?
No,
I'll tell you what it is.
I don't.
It's because hold on. It's because normally I'm working on a bigger mini. This is the smallest one I've worked on yet.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. And because I have to be so precise, I have to like get really in there. I think it's my theory.
That makes sense.
Because this is trickier than anything I've ever done so far on this fucking thing.
Oh, man, I love when these bots come in.
Are you trolling the bots?
I mean, basically.
Well, yeah.
They come in and they're like, oh, you want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and viewers on big follows.
God.
So Damien says, I'm surprised you're not using the mount that I see below you. I think you started with it, right?
I did. I started with the mount, but I took out the mount when I went on this angle because like I'm trying to like go under everything because the thing gets in my way, and I just didn't put it back on yet because I'm actually more comfortable without it than with it.
I was watching WizKids was doing a painting stream earlier with V Muse.
I was watching that one too.
Yeah, and this girl Lauren Urban, she used to be the D&D content manager for D&D Beyond. She posted a picture on Twitter where she was painting along with the stream, and she was using I believe she was using a pill bottle, and had like sticky tack on the top of it to use as a mount, as like a holder, and it looked like it was a little more thin to use and longer to grip than the one that you have there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that would ever be an option for you or something.
Maybe just because that thing likes to get in my way. I used to use it all the time when I was doing Warhammer miniatures, but I usually avoid using it just because I'm not honestly the biggest fan of it. Like, it's fine sometimes, but it's just like at the same breath, it's like also the biggest pain in the world.
I realize now that when Damien said that he said Oberyn, I didn't have the screen switched over to the actual mini. So I don't know if you want to show it off in that camera right now, because now that you're on the painting, do you want to do a quick zoom in on that?
What, the one?
Yeah, the one you're working on, yeah.
Well, I mean,
is where you're at.
Yeah, this is where I'm at so far. Oh god, I'm trying to do this by like my phone's camera because my zoom camera just not picking up diddly. That's what I got so far. Pretty much the goal is to get to what's behind me, and it's like my best reference here. Excuse me. But well, actually, not only that, I'm also going into the link of the Hero Forge mini that you sent me, and I'm using that to do this. There's like these like bluish metal parts to this, and I'm just like dreading how the fuck I'm gonna get that to work.
Just
like
do whatever you need to do. It does not have to be 100% perfect.
Maybe to you, and not to me. It needs to be as good as I can get it. That way, I can get praise and not feel like a complete dipshit all the time. No, that's not really it.
I just linked the Hero Forge link for Oberyn in the Twitch chat, so if anyone wants to look at it, you should be able to open that up, spin it around, take a good look at what he's actually painting, or what he's supposed to be painting.
Yeah, what I'm aiming for.
We'll see how it goes at the end.
Yeah. So far it's not terrible, but I could. There's some things I actually want to go back and fix very soon. There we go. Then right there.
Damien says, I do the same thing. You either be perfect or haze yourself.
Yep.
I think that's basically
Dude, I've seen some of Damien's stuff. Holy shit.
Dude,
like,
he's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
It makes me look so stupid. It's like, goddamn.
Did I show you the Raven Queen? Oh, I still gotta come pick that up, Damien. I gotta come get the Raven Queen.
That's what I'm thinking of. Like right now, it's so good. Like, oh my actual god. He was able
to do like the purple to black blend on the wings. Oh man, it's so sick. It's so sick.
That blend is so good. It's really, really impressive, dude.
Damien says, what brand paint do you prefer?
That's a good question. I actually kind of jump back and forth between the paints, but depending on the color. So a lot of the time, I use a lot of Citadel because certain paint jobs, like if I was doing a Warhammer mini, it tells you exactly what paint you need, and that's really convenient. But certain like Citadel paints, here's a good example. This is Citadel Retributor armor. I'm going to use this on Ryan's mini soon. This is my favorite gold. And then there's this Army War paints. This is bright gold. I don't like this one that much. It's like fine. The Retributor is like superior. But in the same breath, I mean the shades are always superior for Citadel on my head. But let's go with top my head here. This blue. This specific blue is for like a light blue. Is kind of my favorite blue to use in comparison to, let's say, this Citadel blue, which is a very similar blue called Lothern blue. Anyway, they're really similar blues. Whoops, they're really similar, but I like this one more because it's just better. So it really depends on the color, is my answer.
Is it between the difference, or between the two, is one like more like liquidy, like watered down, or
it can be. So like, for example, if you're getting a contrast, the Citadel will be very watery, and shades are very watery, and like it again, it kind of really depends on the paint itself. Like it can come out in very different ways. I guess if I compare like a Citadel with a game color, I think the game color, yeah, definitely. Game color is more watery, but like just barely. But if you shake it up, it doesn't really. It's very hard to notice unless you actually use them enough times to really see it. I gotta figure out what I'm doing next here. Okay, so I got the blue there, and we're gonna get to go blue. Maybe if I mix the blue with the silver. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna mix this blue with this silver and this blue. I'm gonna mix them together. I'm gonna see what happens. Because the shield and the certain parts of the armor that he has here is a bluish metal. And I'm trying to figure out, hey, how the hell do I do this? I think that, nice. Let me put this somewhere. I think that's the answer. I think if I mix them together, that will be great. But let's see if I can get it to work.
maybe more gray than blue.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It has to be very, like, the metal has to be very prominent. Like, actually, I think I just gotta go really super hardcore on the metal here. Here, I'll show it on the. Can you see it on the thing? Like on the camera? You can see what I'm doing?
Kinda.
Okay, I actually think it's working. To a point. Let me just get that off.
I got the next question for you when you're ready and you're not focused on the paint color. Let me know when to read it off.
Okay, go ahead.
We'll start with you because I do too much talking in this.
You're fine.
Do you? I know the answer to this question. Yes, but Bucci doesn't. Do you like to DM or play a character more?
Play a character more, 100%. I don't mind DMing. Well, that blue's actually not bad. I don't mind DMing, and I've DM'd plenty of times to say I can do it somewhat competently. Like I can do it, and like people will like have some kind of semblance of fun. But yeah, 9 times out of 10, being a player is just 100 times better in my head. I used to DM for work, because I work with children, and this has come up a couple times before, but might as well say it again. I've DM'd for those for kids a lot, and it's honest to God, it's really cool sometimes, but it's a huge learning experience of like what to like when you're dealing with problem players, which thank God I don't have to most of the time. Well, I mean, actually, not when I work with kids, problem players, the game. It's pretty much like it's a good lesson of like what a problem player looks like and what to do about it. So prime example, one of the things that kids would do when I DM for them is they would deliberately cheat. And it's like not even, like, it's super obvious. And it was the fucking worst because kids suck. And like I straight up had a kid, he made his own character sheet on his phone with D&D Beyond. And somehow he got plus 10 in every fucking stat imaginable. Like say like 30 in everything. Like maxed out, like in literally impossible numbers. It's like, yeah, dude, no, you cannot do any of this. Like this, like you are a sorcerer. You should like a level 4 sorcerer. There is no universe where you have 100 health. Like it's just impossible. Like no. Well, actually, that's not possible. But it's like you can't have 100 health and also have max intelligence. Like no fucking way. So it's very cool to like know, like to like see. It's like, okay, what can I do to fix things? And like one thing, and it's a very good learning experience in terms of like, it's like, oh, I fucked up this way. Okay, now in the future, I'm never gonna fuck up like that again because I'm gonna fuck it up with a kid and they're gonna get annoyed that I can't fuck it up with an adult, and they won't tell me like that I'm doing something wrong. But being a player, to answer your question, 100 times better every single time for me.
I love being a player. I really do. But I, for some reason, always find problems with the way other people DM. And the only person, and I'm not just saying this because he's here, but the only person I haven't found a problem with is Damien.
I've not played Damien yet, but I'm really excited to.
It's incredible. Like, I think I already told you this, but there was one time we were going to meet with Metallic Dragon, and we were trying to get them on our side and to this fight leading up to Tiamat, and we were in this huge cavern. Basically, we were waiting to be seen, and I was like, I loot the cave, just being a dick. I was like, I loot the cave, and he had me roll for investigation to look around and was able to give me an answer of what I found, and it was like very dumb that I did that one because I was just being me, and it was like, oh, I'm just kidding. But then he was like, no, do it, like go for it, and played it out, and it was like those are the kind of things that I wish I could do better. Like, you want to do this thing, sure, this is what you find, and I'm ready for it. He is so good at it. He's so good at with everything, and I'm genuinely like really cannot wait to get into the Strahd game because we haven't played the Silverhand game in months. I don't know when we're gonna get back to it, but I love playing in his games, and he's the only one that I found where I can't find at least one thing where I'm like, I would do this differently, I would do that differently. Like, never. He's got it like on lock. But like everybody else that I've played with, I'm like, oh well, maybe try this or maybe this way, or I would think of things like I would do this differently or this differently, and that's not to say like I don't have fun. Like, I'm not saying that against you and playing your Dragon Ball Z game. But like,
Dragon Ball Z game, shut up.
I was like, because I made a character specifically to be a dick, right? I made a character that doesn't want to be an adventurer, doesn't want to help. I'm like, I'm good, man. No way. You guys go do your thing. I'm good.
God damn it, that was so fucking frustrating.
With what? You gave me earmuffs that have the spell silence cast on them, so that way I can just put them on my head and I don't have to hear anything.
Such a mistake.
So sick, dude.
I was like, God
So
damn
sick.
it. I was like, God damn it, what have I done?
You're like giving us really important exposition, and I'm just like, oh, I take my headphones off and I ask someone if they want a snack. Because I haven't been listening to you at all.
Such an asshole.
So good. I love that shit. But I love being the DM. I love being able to direct the story and tell things how I think they should be told. Not tell things how they should be told, but like run the game how I think it should be run. I try to be as loose as possible while still retaining most of the rules, and I try not to let specific rules slow the game down. as you know, like, we don't do the encumbrance thing unless it's ridiculous.
Right.
I can't really think of any other rules that I'm like, yeah, well, this one has to be a thing, even though it sucks. Like, we don't track food, we don't track arrows, we don't track any of that stuff. But I like DMing more. Damien says, difference between group play and looking at it like Skyrim.
What does he mean?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, is he making a statement or is he making a question?
I think he may have been responding to something we said earlier, and I'm just now noticing it, and now it's out of context, so I'm not really sure what that.
Yeah.
But he also said he's excited for Strahd, and that shit's gonna get real. I'm very excited. I really can't wait.
Yeah. When I played Strahd with Anthony, I had so much fun, and it's like, no offense to Anthony, he did things that were like, oh, this is kind of dumb, but I know Damien's a better DM than Anthony, just based on what I've heard, and it's just like, oh man, this fucking playing Strahd for realsies.
Yeah,
is gonna be
like
sick.
actually following the book and actually like
Yeah.
doing the module the way it's supposed to be run.
Yeah.
He said for the teenager story, the difference between group play and looking at it like Skyrim. So I think he means
Oh,
like
he thinks I was talking
stats.
about teenagers. That's funny.
Yeah, where he's talking about what?
I'm talking about fucking toddlers,
like a
10-year-olds. Yeah, 4th grade and up. And it was more this because what happened was I was like talking about D&D, like because they were just asking me like we were just like hanging out, and I was like, oh, what's your favorite thing to do? I was like, oh, definitely D&D, 100%. And I explained to them what it was, and they're like super pumped on it, and it's like, dude, let's play. And I'm just like, hell yeah, let's do it, without thinking. And then I did it, and it was really, really good at first. And it really is super fun. I actually had a great time doing it for the most part. But then some newer kids came in, and that are really fucking annoying, and ruined it super hard. And it's just like, oh my god, I made a huge mistake. So I pretty much had to like shut down the whole thing. Like, yeah, we're not doing this anymore. Like, hope you had fun while it lasted, because it's over. Because I did one more time because the kids was like, oh, it's my last day. Can I play D&D one more time? It's like, ugh, fine.
Are you gonna do it this week for the last week at camp? Like one last finale and kill all the characters?
That would be fucking awesome. No, probably not. If I can, if they really beg me, I would, but I want to avoid it if I can.
I mean, it's the last week of camp, so you guys are probably going to be doing a lot of cleanup stuff too.
Yeah, and I just don't want to because those kids are assholes.
What if they're watching? Didn't you say something like the first episode, like, oh, you're gonna get me in trouble because somebody's gonna be watching and they're gonna be like, hey, go watch this thing on YouTube
calling the
where he's
kids
talking about our kids.
No, because that's true. They are assholes. You can't control for facts.
We should get Damien on here.
Yeah. Like, God, there was like this one, like the amount of like how quick they will go to try to PvP, even though you deliberately tell them not to, it's baffling. It's like, dude, what? Like,
do you think? I think I know the answer to this one just because I did the same job you did. But do you think if you were to set them up in like a PvP thing, we're like, all right, you guys are gonna go to an arena and you're gonna fight each other? Dude, that would probably end in tears, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, it would. 100 billion%. One time, it was one of the kids played a fucking wolf with 11 health, and they were doing something stupid, and I warned them, I was like, don't do this. It's a bad plan. And they kind of just like did it anyway. Not actually. It was more of a misunderstanding. Like, I just didn't understand what they were trying to do, and they were not really clear about it. And I was like, all right, and fucking killed the wolf, and the kid should have cried over it, and it was just like, dude, it's not even your fucking character. It's a wolf, like, that you were like using for the day. So yes, if there's kids who will cry over a fucking dumb wolf that they were playing, not even their actual character, they would 1 billion% cry over the like PvP.
Kids just want to win. They want to do the cool thing.
Yeah, they're the worst.
Booch said, speaking of Strahd, do you use module? Is mid-level based on a module? In your other campaigns, do you run through a bunch of them, or do you steal bits from a bunch and put them into your custom camp? I remember seeing on Instagram that you have module.
Well, mid-level is not a module.
No, yeah, mid-level is all created by Dylan.
By Dylan,
his
yeah.
Dylan's brain.
Yeah. I've played a couple modules. And I want to play more modules, honestly. Like, I think modules are really cool. But there is, I think I have some problems with modules, and like if you run a module to the T, like exactly, you have to know what you're doing, because something will go wrong, and because the players are doing something different, and then
yeah, you have to have like the information ready.
Yeah, you have to know what you're doing, and you have to present it in a way that's not forced or railroading, because that will like soil the fun for the players. But if you're good enough at DMing and whatever, or if you want help with certain things when it comes to DMing, modules are pretty fucking sweet. And a lot of the concepts for modules are cool. Like, I literally just bought a book yesterday. It was Ghost of Saltmarsh, because the boat combat looked cool.
Dude, yeah, same thing. I got the Ghost of Saltmarsh DM screen because I was hoping it would have boat stats and stuff on it. It doesn't. Save your money.
I actually was looking into it, and people were like, there are some people that actually don't like the boat stats and stuff, in the way the way it works, and I kind of have to agree based on what I've read, like, because the captain just calls all the shots, and then no one really does much, other than the captain, and it's like, I think you can use the base thing and just expand upon it. It'd be perfect. Like the way they do it in Descent of Avernus is really, really cool with those tanks.
Yeah.
I think that is superior to the boat's mechanics, but I think the boat's mechanics are very easily fixed.
You've been listening to Ethersea, right?
Yes, I've just at the very end of episode 2.
So,
is there a new episode yet, or am I?
Well, I was gonna say Griffin's been using. I don't know for sure. I'm not certain, but I think he's got like the ship mechanics. I think he homebrewed them.
It sounded like he did.
Yeah, it sounded like something that he sort of came up with for this game to make it interesting, and then gave each of the players roles on the ships, which is really sick. And if that is the case, then that's dope. Like with the initiative where you have to get into position. Really.
Yeah. There's one game that, like, when I looked at the ship, like, mechanics and such, the thing that really, like, it kind of like reminded me of was the Lord of the Rings 5e thingy that I bought a while back, and those things are really sick. And pretty much the way they do traveling is they assign each person a role. So it's like, okay, you're scouting, you're cooking, you're hunting, and like stuff like that. I think that is really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to be done well to make it work.
I think you also need to start the campaign with that in mind, and by telling the players that, because I think if we were to start doing that right now in the games, it would be like, what do you mean? And it would mess with the flow.
Yes, it would.
To answer the question that Ochi asked, from my point of view, I hate running modules. I can't stand it.
Really?
Yeah, the only module that I've run was the Tomb of Horrors one, and that was it, because it's not even a full module. It's just a dungeon crawl.
Yeah, you don't usually play modules. You don't DM modules.
I hate it. I hate it a lot. I hate looking through things. I hate skimming. Even D&D Beyond. Like, I tried looking through it and being like, oh, I'm gonna do this thing, but still, it's like, jump to this page or jump to that page, and it's just, it's too much. It's way too much, and
has to be like a healthy middle in my head.
But Damien was running, I believe, I could be wrong, Damien, if you're still here, correct me if I'm wrong, but he started running Horde of the Dragon Queen, which set us up in Waterdeep, and we were learning the councils there, like Lord Dagalt Neverember, I believe, like all the different factions that are there, and leading up to and the defeat of Tiamat. And then once we finished that, he started to do a little bit of bridging into descend into Avernus, or Avernus, or however you want to say it.
Really quick, I'm switching to Regibeer Gold Citadel paint.
What is it?
Regibeer Gold Citadel paint. It's for the parts on the hammer.
Okay.
But it's gold. Anyway, continue.
But now we're in like the descent into Avernus, and it's, I think, a lot of homebrew story using the module stuff, if that makes sense. And I could be wrong on that because I don't know. I don't know the Avernus story, so I don't know if he's following any of that to the book or not. But it's sick. Everything that I've run myself though has been campaigns, or homebrew stuff. I have an entire world for Tuesday's game with several different continents, and the Thursday game is one continent called Oscar Nominee, and every town and city on it is a Oscar nominee or Oscar winner. So it's like they're in the town of Gyllenhaal right now, and they're like the sword of Gyllenhaal, and it's connected to Maguire, and every connecting road leads to a movie that actor was in. So he's connected in it with Maguire because they're in a movie called Brothers together. And then there's like on the other side it's Franco and Streep and Hemsworth and all that stuff, and Hopkins, and they're all over the place, and the roads connecting are movies that they were in together. So yeah, Damien said homebrew with info from Descent into Avernus. That was right. And then he said, Ryan, you're much better at world building. I don't know, dude. I'm really not. I kind of just make it up as I go along. I like it. I like the aspect of it. I like the creation of it. I made an entire continent based off of Oscar nominees. But it works, and the story is believable. It's like,
Actually, I was gonna think just now sorry to interrupt you. I really love it when modules do something fucking kooky or something fun. So my first thing is this is the reason why I wanted to do Humblewood, is because the campaign module, I follow the module for like more than half of it, like 75%. Humblewood was fucking awesome. I loved Humblewood. DMing that modules. Yeah, that one was good. I liked that one.
Speaking of Humblewood,
yes.
Did you see Strixhaven?
Yes, I know all about Strixhaven. It's a Magic set that they turned into a D&D set.
Did you see the D&D set? Read what's coming out with the book.
Yes, the Owl Race.
Yeah.
Super fucking Owlin, I believe. Yeah, I'm super pumped. I literally love it. The Unearthed Arcana they had for it, whereas multiple classes can take the subclass, was really, really cool, and I was really with it. But the problem is that execution is not wonderful because there's certain things like the Warlock. If they take the Warlock takes the subclass thing, they lose out on things. Something like that. It's like the Warlocks lose out on things that they're supposed to get, and it's not good at all for certain classes, and other classes that it's really, really good for. I want to, when that comes out, I want to play Strixhaven so fucking bad. I
think it comes with 4 adventures inside it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think they're level 1 through 10.
Running a magic school, so cool. I did a magic school thing in Humblewood that time. And it was you're in a fucking necromancy class. That shit was so fun. I actually loved that. An entire fucking module is just based on that. It's hell yeah, I'm so with it.
Oh yeah, Butch, we were talking about he just said Magic just came out with a D&D set, The Adventures in the Forgotten Realm. Eddie has been talking about that on every stream for the past month because he's just been obsessed with it.
Yep.
They're really sick. The cards are so dope.
I used it.
Really, really sick.
Yeah, I used it in a one-shot where I took all the cards. Yep. I used it in a one-shot where I had a character.
Week. That was the one-shot from last week.
Yeah. I used it in a one-shot where I used all the cards from not all of them, a bunch of them that are spells in the set. And my character, before he would use a spell, he would take a card from the top of the deck and randomly select the spell that he's going to use on that. Worst mechanically thing ever. Like, he was useless.
It was a nightmare.
But my god, was it not the most fun shit.
It was fun. If you missed it, it's on YouTube. Go back and watch it. It's like the something gloom manor or something like that.
He's just like, I draw, and it's like, it's fly. You're going to waste your turn. That was fun.
I don't remember what. There was one more thing I wanted to mention. So Butch said, I remember seeing on Instagram you have every module produced. I bought them. I own them all on D&D Beyond just so I can have access to everything for the characters, and then I can share the content with all the players, so they have access to everything that I own, which is everything, because I'm a lunatic. But I bought the books. Oh no, Eddie, your phone did a thing.
Huh? What the heck? What the heck? Hold on, let me investigate this.
I bought Eddie a 10-foot phone charger so that way he wouldn't have any issues with his phone.
Yeah, it's still happening. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me see what's going on here. There it goes. Okay. Just wasn't plugged in right for some reason. Okay. What the? My phone is... What the fuck is happening? Okay. That was weird.
But anyways, I used Christmas money to buy all the books because it was Amazon gift cards and money and all that stuff, and I didn't want to spend all the money twice on the same books, so I just used money that my family gave me to fill my shelves and make it look like I'm a huge nerd, big mega dork.
I'm trying to here you go. I'm starting to buy as many of the books as I can. And I really love buying third-party books that are like close enough where it's like you can use them in D&D, like
the Tome of Beasts.
Like the Tome of Beasts, and I like the Lord of the Rings stuff. I think is super fucking cool. Like third-party stuff like that is really cool.
Yeah,
I just bought a thing where it's a 5e module, whoops. I just bought a thing with a 5e module. But it was a first edition module, right? And then they reincarnated it to make it so you can play it in 5e. I just bought one of them. There's like 4. It's so fucking cool. I cannot wait.
I have been reading this book a lot. I think I've shown this on the channel before, and I know that you've seen it.
That book's cool. Yeah.
Hang on. Let me switch over real quick. I'm gonna take control of the stream for a moment.
Sure.
This book rules. It's so sick. It basically has all of the believe everything in the Dungeon Master Guide from A to Z, and then more on top of that. And it tells you tactics. It tells you how to play them. It tells you when they would run away. It tells you how to use their abilities, and it gives you suggestions on making them beefier or scarier or whatever. It's so sick. This book rules. I've been trying to read like 1 or 2 different creatures a day to expand my knowledge of how to actually play this game. The school thing sounds like the Adventure Zone graduation. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. There was something else that was said earlier, and I don't remember what the hell we were going to say. Campaigns? Modules, maybe? Yeah, I had something else to say about modules. I only run homebrew stuff. All the one-shots are homebrewed. All the campaigns are homebrewed.
Super love modules. I want to do more of them.
I started writing, I also, for those of you that don't know, I write content I try to write content for Dungeon Crate, which is a monthly subscription box. They just put out a game that I created called Outlast, like back in July, and you can get it on the website right now. I'll grab a link for it right now. But I started.
Oh, did
writing...
Dylan tell you how his Outlast game ran with his friends or whatever went?
No, he didn't.
Huh.
I don't think he actually did it.
Piece of shit. Anyway, what were you saying?
So if you want to go buy my game, that's right there, just linked. But I started writing an encounter today that I'm really excited about because I realized for Dungeon Crate.
No, for 5e.
Yeah. Because I realized I've done a ton of encounters in the game where I can just write about them. So I started to write about this one way back when I first started running the Tuesday game 4 years ago. I did like a side quest encounter with a farmer who was having his crops disturbed every night. He was too scared to figure out who was behind it or why, because he lived alone, he was older, and it looked like something bigger. So I had the players go investigate it, and it was raining, so they were able to follow mud prints that were basically like, think about the Jurassic Park where you see the T-Rex foot in the mud full of water. Same kind of concept, but they were giant feet. And they followed him into the swamp, and they found 2 ogres living out there named Grak and Shiona, with a pet mule that had a wooden name tag on it hanging around its neck that said Donkey for Shrek and Fiona. And I think they fought them, and then basically were like, hey, you need to stop going over to the farmer stuff. And then they were like, actually, what if we brought you back and maybe you can just help the farmer because he lives alone and he's old. So that's the encounter that I'm going to be writing for my next Dungeon Crate release. It's going to be Shrek and Fiona disturb the old farmer.
That's awesome.
Really excited. I do remember I was going to say, Damien, if you are still here, I don't know if you remember anything about the Thursday game that I was telling you about, like maybe a year or two ago, but the players have finally uncovered the fact that the people around the continent have been drinking.
You've been telling that for a year?
Demon blood infused wine.
That's been a year?
Dog. I mean, well, yeah, it has been, but also,
Oh, yeah.
COVID. But I've been, ever since we started, because we had, let me see if I can tell you the dates. Again, I take very good note, but I don't take note. Part 1 began July 1st, 2019, and Part 1 ended on October 10th, 2019. So that was that whole first arc where you guys had to figure out how you were dead or why you were dead or whatever.
Gotcha.
And then we started Part 2 December 13th, 2019. Part 2 is when I had already come up with the idea of the demon blood and what's going on and what's happening with it. So that was December of 2019.
That's a long fucking time, dude.
But yeah, Damien, they just figured out, I think like 2 weeks ago, they were I think they were traveling with one of the other, I don't remember the actual setup of it, but Eddie's character's a paladin. He used divine sense where he could sense like the fiends and stuff. And I think I said that it was in the glasses, like the bottles of wine. And then they've basically been losing their minds ever since then, because now they're like, oh my god, where's this wine coming from? Where is it shipped to? Who's been exposed for how long? Oh, a couple months? Oh my god, we've really dropped the ball on this one.
Yeah.
And I think they're building up to a war. Before going into this, back in 2019, I had talked about it with Damien, and I was trying to get some ideas. So Damien, I might need some miniatures, some very specific ones. If you remember. If you don't remember, I'll message them to you. But I think we might be needing them soon. Because we might have some reveals coming up. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I gotta figure out the frame of time that's going to be passing between last session and next session, while you guys are waiting for responses from
right.
city leaders.
Oh man.
What, are you stressed out or something? You tired? You getting all you overworked?
No, miss. I'm just checking the chat and see what's been going on. How many people have been leaving, coming in? I'm just figuring it all out really quick.
Well, it's been pretty steady, pretty quiet.
Okay.
If anyone else has any questions or whatever, let me know.
I'm switching to the handy dandy, the one and only non-oil. Here we go.
The nun oil.
Yeah, non-oil.
So you're all done painting then, and this is the last step?
No,
Oh.
no. I'm done doing the base, and I'm going to non-oil it. Then I'm going to do details, and that should be it.
All right.
So I'm getting there.
We're getting there, folks.
Mm-hmm.
We're at just over 2 hours. You guys had your dinner, get up, stretch your legs, get something to drink. We're going to keep on pressing. Eddie, if you ever want to break while we're doing this, let me know.
Breaks are for babies.
All right. Breaks are for babies. You heard it here. No breaks for no one. I'll remember that for our next stream. I'll let Kyle and Serena know that they're babies if they ever need to pee.
Yes, good.
Um...
They must know. They must know.
I'm like a little anxious thinking about Dylan just popping in at any minute. Last time.
What are you anxious about? Or just
Dylan.
Dylan. No, okay.
Being a fool. See if he's lurking, see if he jumps in. Pooch says, what kind of dice do you use? Where do you buy your dice?
That's a good question, and I'm glad to answer. I use lots of different dice. Some but
Let's get some link.
yeah, so let me. What the hell is that? Is someone mowing the fucking lawn?
At your house?
At somebody's house, I don't know.
Not mine.
Could be my house. I'd be like, if that is the case, that'd be really stupid.
Whoa.
Here, let me skip right here.
Take a
I didn't know.
break.
Yeah.
All right.
Give it, no, not an actual break. Let me just get my dice. Let me get my fucking sick ass dice. Give me like 2 seconds.
All right. Oh, all right. See you later, Damien. We should get you on here and we'll talk about some D&D stuff sometime. Or maybe we'll get you in as like a guest player. So I'm here. Every time I had a question over the past week, I made sure to write it down. Hell yeah, dude. Any questions you have, like no matter what it is,
yeah,
we'll let them rip. Did you just go get all your dice?
Not technically all of it, but it's the ones I use. So
The ones
first
that
one,
fail you over and over again?
Shut the fuck up. Anyway, I have this dice scroll, right? And you roll the dice on this dice scroll. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, and in this little side pocket, right here, side pocket, right here, it's a thing full of dice. So there are 2 sets of dice here. There's all these metal one. Oh, where is it? Right here. This is metal. This metal dice I got they're for like $50 like years back, and these are really cool. And then I have these I got recently, and they're like cat's eye dice that like I get about 20. You see it?
It's a little hard to see.
It's a little hard to see.
I've seen it, so I know what it looks like, but on the camera, it's
yeah, is it a little?
It's just picking up all the other sides, like if you're in a house of mirrors.
Here, let me. Whatever. So let me get the one.
They're
that's
dragon
actually
eyes inside, right?
Yeah, like cat eye, dragon eye thing, and it looks like the Eye of Sauron. It's really cool. I got those dice recently. I've been using these. Really love these dice. Very cool. You can get them on Etsy and on eBay. And then Hold on, let me just put that away. Hold on. Yeah, I have this beholder dice bag, very cool. And in the back here is a little compartment, and the little compartment has these blood dice, and they're like just dice with blood stains on them. Very cool. Very, very cool. And then I just got this other dice bag, which is a owl bear, very cute, and his little compartment's right there. And inside this one is my favorite right now, and it's these dice with these little transmutation things on them, and they're but on the 20, if I can find it, is a wolf, and it's the Geralt of Rivia dice, like it's their Witcher dice. Yeah, because I really like The Witcher. If you've not noticed. I'm wearing the medallion right now. See?
Never heard of it.
Liar.
Witcher, probably newer.
Fuck. And that's the dice I use. But the one thing to top it all off is I don't use this all the time. But when I remember to bring it, I do. And this is a fan favorite. Here we go. Let me just. This. Well, let me put it together. Is the ultimate. This is the one. This is the best thing ever. This is my tower, a dice tower, right? That I use sometimes, and the dice go through into the top here, and it rolls out to here, and it's my virginity tower that protects my virginity.
Show your bags again too, because I was on the paint screen.
Oh really? Okay, so there's this beholder bag. This is my virginity tower, my owl bear, and my dice scroll.
The dice scroll is really cool.
Yeah, there's actually better ones that you can buy with like really cool designs on them. But the reason I didn't buy that, actually I might buy it anyway, just because. The reason I haven't bought the better dice scrolls yet is because my friends use them, and it's like I don't want to be a fucking clown, and this black one's really sick. I might still get the dice scroll so I can get even more cooler dice. Actually, I just bought rubber ducky dice, so there's that.
Where'd you get? So I linked a couple dice places that I buy dice from online.
Yes.
The first one is Dice Envy.
Yep.
They rule. All their stuff is awesome. And I also found out relatively recently, probably within the last 6 months, that girl Abria Iyengar that I mentioned earlier, the one that ran the Exandria Unlimited game on Critical Role. She's also on D20. She just did a Hogwarts themed campaign, and then she's playing in one right now.
Yeah.
But she is the social media manager for Dice Envy, and I didn't know that. I actually just learned that relatively recently.
That's cool.
But on that Dice Envy website, they just released one that I didn't see. It's called Miami Dice. These are gorgeous. These dice are so sick.
But yeah, the place I get my dice are usually just eBay and Etsy or my local game store.
I just linked those Miami Dice ones. Amazing.
There are some really cool dice out there. There really is. There's these dice with like gears inside them that I saw recently. They're really cool. I like those a lot. There's
I might buy these right now.
Yeah. I love dice. They're really cool. There's the I'm trying to think of all the dice places I get. It's just mostly Etsy and eBay. My biggest fear is like I'll get bad dice that are like defected and like don't work. You know what I mean? Or just land on ones. Because that's never happened to me before.
The other one I like a lot is Dark Elf Dice. I've gotten a ton from that website. I believe I have these metal ones that I have sitting right on my desk. I'm pretty sure this has got like gemstones inside.
That one looks fucking awesome. Wait, how much was that?
Hang on, I keep forgetting. Yeah, those Miami Dice ones are so dope. Really, I really am genuinely gonna order those in a second.
Can you show me that dice again?
Yeah, I was changing the screen so I can actually like.
That looks so So good. Where did you get that?
Come on. It was just focused a second ago when it was on the other screen. Now I can't get it to focus.
That is some
there we
good
go.
shit. That looks amazing. Where'd you get that?
You can like see there's like gemstone or something inside.
Yeah, that's like one of the best like dice I've ever seen in my life. That is so good.
I'm pretty sure they were on Dark Elf Dice. I think.
How much was it? Like $1 billion?
They're metal, so yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
What is your opinion on metal dice, Ryan?
Not a fan.
Really?
I'm really not a fan.
Yeah, most people aren't. Crazy enough. I'm very indifferent. Like metal dice are fine. I think in the future I'm not gonna go on my way for metal dice. Just because I can find better dice that are just way cooler that are plastic. But metal dice, I think I don't have any real problems with them in particular.
I also have this one that I made. I had somebody make it online. It was too expensive and took too long to get here, but I got a Session 0 D20.
Ooh, very cool.
With like this turquoise blue marble.
Yeah, that's cool.
You see like the cracks in it, kinda.
Kinda, yeah.
But this is a not metal, but I think it's a stone one. Blue marble gemstone, I think. Well, not gemstone. Anyway.
Oh, is that a hair?
My boot said, "Do you prefer metal, plastic, or wood?" Plastic.
Plastic.
500%.
Yep.
I don't really know why.
I don't mind
honestly,
metal.
I really don't.
I haven't tried wood.
Robert had metal dice, and he likes the metal dice. They're expensive for no reason. These aren't all my dice, but these are some of them.
Yeah, I have a lot of dice too. I didn't used to have so much dice. I had to buy the dice for running games with the kids because they didn't have their own. So I had to buy like a shit ton of dice.
In here, these ones are stone. These are stone too. These are opal. I think the rest of them are plastic.
I like collecting dice that are like have a theme to them, like the ones that look like Sauron's eyes or the Witcher one. I love getting dice that are like on theme. I think that shit's really cool.
My whole problem is somebody told me once about like the weight of dice and how it's like important, and ever since then I've been ruined. I don't know why. I don't know why it matters. You know what I mean? Like, unless it's constantly, every time you roll, it always lands on 6. You know what I mean? Like, if it's super weighted to the point where it always lands on the same numbers.
Yeah.
But if it's weighted weird, that's kind of the point, right? Doesn't that add a little to the statistic of landing on certain things?
If it's weighted towards 20 more, it just like kind of ruins things. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. Like, if you're landing on 20 all the time, then that's a problem. But if you're landing on that side of the die more often, I don't see it as being a problem. There's a decent range. It's like a dartboard. There's a decent range of numbers on that side, you know?
Yeah.
Metal ones clunk too easily, yes.
Yeah, they get loud, dude.
Basic blue ones that come in the starter set. Yo, so Booch, all right, ready? Check this out. Booch, if you ever want to get into D&D, first off, we should get you into D&D. Number one. Unfortunately, we don't have room at our table. Oh, actually, right here. Planar Infusion. I think these are... I was still on the...
You see the shield?
Oh, hell yeah. This is it. I was
Silver,
still
silver,
on...
gold. Got it.
Shit. Those are actually, I think... Eddie, I just linked those ones that... I think those are the ones that I have.
Hold on.
If they're not, they're pretty damn close.
I need to focus here.
You're good. Dice Envy, I know, has a bunch of these out right now too, which is why I was thinking they were from Dice Envy, but they ain't. Anyways, Booch, first off, we gotta get you into D&D, but there is what is it called? Dice of Rolling. there is a bag of dice you can buy, and they are amazing. Our friend Terry had. Got it. Can I share this link? No, I can't. No? Alright, good. I'm just gonna link this. It's called Dice of Rolling.
Fuck, did you see that? Fucking... Oh, that was good. That was good. Good job, me.
Oh, Terry's here. Hi, Terry.
Hey, Terry!
Terry, I was literally... Hell yeah. What timing? Our friend Bucci was...
That's like the 5th time that's happened today, dude.
Yeah, I know. It's like weird. It's like I'm manifesting our friends. Our friend Bucci was just talking about... We were talking about dice with him, and I mentioned the fact that you have the bag, the Dice of Rolling bag, and it comes with basically the essentials. It's got all your stuff and then extras for everything else, and they're all color coded, so it's perfect for people that are beginning. So that way, if you have that set and the DM who's more experienced or whatever can be like, take the red one and roll that 2 times, or take 3 of the red ones and roll that for sneak attack or whatever. You're gonna take your D20. That's the blue one. That's the one you're gonna roll for basically everything. Your D4 is 4 sides. It's the purple one. You know, like it's perfect. It's a perfect set, and there's a lot of everything. And I have a lot of dice, so I don't really need it, but I want it. You know, I want it really bad. It's really sick.
You can never have too much dice.
But the Miami Dice one. What is the 4 in the front? Well, let's take a look. Top right with it's a D4, but it's a like a variation. See if I can get the actual just the D4. There's a couple different ones that are like that. There's some that look like little crystals where they're like diamond shaped, not triangles. But it's just a D4. Sometimes people use it to track things. Counter like Magic the Gathering.
Well, spin down?
Yeah, sure.
Well, spin downs actually are really bad for for rolling. Because the numbers are all next to each other. Huh? What'd you say, Ryan?
I don't know what that is.
It's a D20 that they use to count down your life total. Because you start from 20. But the thing is, the numbers are all next to each other, so it's bad for rolling D&D because it's not correct. And people use it anyway sometimes, and they're fucking dumb for it.
So, Butch, on that page I just linked, it's got a bunch of different styles of that. There's like pixel skulls to show you 1 through 4.
Hold on.
There's the hearts from Zelda.
Wait, what did you say?
Zelda heart?
There's dice. Zelda heart dice?
Yeah.
That's fucking rad. I should look into that.
Actually, I think I have... Where is that? They sent me... What did I do with those dice? I was talking to them, the Dice Envy team, a couple months ago, and they sent me a set of dice, the music notes on it. And I don't know, I just realized I don't know where I put them.
Hold it down on me, Ryan.
Shared them on Instagram.
Well, see, there's a problem right there. I don't use Instagram that much.
These ones are dope too. I don't like these ones. I'm gonna end up buying dice tonight.
Dude, I've spent so much money over the weekend. Actually, that's not that much, but enough to make me want to die.
I'm way too picky about dice for someone who has never played. I listened to Taz and I've watched a bunch of stuff, so I know a D20 versus a D12. Honestly, dude, I'm the same way. I'm extremely picky. I'm picky about everything I do. Food, people I hang out with, and also dice. Dice are kind of important. I have 2 different bins full of dice. One's here and one's at the D&D space, just to have them. Pretty much in case like we ever go over to Terry's to play and I don't have to go and pick up my dice or whatever, I can like bring them around and I have 2 different sets in 2 different locations. Terry said, "Can confirm the dice of rolling are sick and super useful. The only downfall is it makes me not want to use other dice." Exactly, like that's what that's what the other thing I was gonna say. Alright, so Butch, you said you have the starter box, right? There's a second starter box. It's called the Essentials Kit. That comes with more dice. I think that comes with 2 or 3 sets of dice. Let me confirm first before I go ahead and start saying. D&D. What was it called? I just said it. Expansion? Not expansion. Expansion?
Hey, it's a second expansion.
Essentials. That's what it was. D&D
Oh,
Essentials.
yeah.
It comes with a set of red die. It's got 4 d6s, 2 d20s, 2 d10s for percentiles. I can't remember them all. But get the Essentials Kit. Got a lot of cool shit. Dice of rolling are hella dope though. Eddie, you're not painting on camera, dog.
Sorry. I was trying to fix something. I got distracted. Hold on.
Probably the most knowledgeable person who has never played. I'd be the first level guy talking about death saves and every random obscure thing. Well, maybe our friend Terry will run a one shot and we can get you playing. We can get you to experience it, see what's going on. Oh, Eddie, that looks so bad.
That's what I'm thinking. It's like, fuck. Like,
No.
fine's not good enough. I'm trying to make sure.
Did you use too much Nuln Oil? Did you gray wash it down too much?
Yeah, I'm trying to go back and trying to put the white over it. It's just it's not liking how it's turning with how much gray there is. I'm trying to white it back down, but I'm trying to make sure that I want the details to pop at the same time. It's tricky. This is so tricky.
All right. Don't forget, it's just a miniature that you're never going to be staring at 2 inches away from it. It's going to be in the middle of a table getting killed by straw.
Not the point. Not the point. The point is, I've got to do my best. No, I've got to do my best.
I'm hungry.
Go up.
It's 8:30. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm hungry. Start. All past week, I've been rewatching Hacking. Yo, Acquisitions Incorporated is so sick. I wish so badly that I could go back and just watch everything and have it in my brain. It's so sick. Acquisitions Incorporated is next level bullshit. No doubt. Game rules. All of the DMs they've had have been amazing. I think that shit's on Amazon Prime, isn't it?
I got an idea. I'm gonna fix that mouth. I'm gonna fix that mouth right now. Add some black in. I'm gonna draw on that mouth with some black. Gotta fix that. Okay.
Barry Hopkins is a friggin' genius. Chris Perkins rules. Yo, there is a.
Need to focus.
Oh, just take this with one shot. I thought they were all on Amazon Prime. Yeah, I'm just trying to find them.
Fuck.
There is. Have you ever watched the? I know you have, Eddie, because I've sent them to you. But Butch, have you watched the D&D live games from like D&D Live, quote unquote? They're so sick. They're like one shots with celebrity guests and everything. I didn't watch the ones from this year because I think I was playing in a game Friday and Saturday. I think that was the same weekend as Jasper's. Alright, yeah, do that, Butch. But they did one. Chris Perkins ran one. It was like my favorite. It was my favorite thing ever. Chris Perkins ran one with Matt Mercer playing in it, and he was playing with as Minskin Boo, but Matt Mercer was playing as Boo, the space hamster. And he.
Wait, Matt Mercer plays Boo?
Yeah, I sent it to you. You didn't watch it?
I sure definitely did watch it. I don't know what you're
You're
talking
the
about.
worst friend I think I might have.
Oh my god, that's a fucking lie.
But at the start of it, he let the players introduce their characters, and then he was like, all right, now roll a d20. And the first person that rolled the d20 got a natural 1. He was like, oh, yikes. That's unfortunate, because that's how many hit points you're starting with. It was
Nice.
so sick, dude. Chris Perkins is a madman. Mike Merles, he got some hot water last year, so. But he ran the Stream of Many Eyes with Jox Machina, where it was Joe Manganiello and Travis Willingham from Critical Role, and Joe Manganiello's CrossFit trainer, and the Big Show from WWF or WWE.
Is that the one where they're in Avernus?
No, they were playing as 4 tanks, like the 4 barbarians and fighters, and they were no healers whatsoever. And Mike Merrill was like, "Are you sure you guys want to go into there with no healers? Are you really sure?" But I think they were like in a tower and they were just fighting off waves and waves of demons the whole time.
I think I saw that one.
The Avernus one was 2 years ago. It was like D&D Live 2018 or 2019. That one of those was the Chris Perkins and Matt Mercer. I know Kate Welch, she ran one for Travis and Clint McElroy with Joe Manganiello in it. And I think, I want to say Patrick Rothfuss was in it too.
The writer?
Yeah. You need to expand your knowledge of D&D outside of what you play. There is a much larger world out there, friend. Patrick Rothfuss, he's been playing in Acquisition Incorporated for like 7 years.
Fuck.
Dude, he's super funny. He plays. I think his name is Isvari, I believe. Viari is his name, not Isvari. Isvari is a band from my high school. Viari is his name, and he's a rogue. But he's like super funny. But yes, the writer. I think is.
What's he write?
He's got the King Killer Chronicle. There's like 3 books, like In the Name of the Wind or something like that.
Okay, yep, I know what you're talking about. I read his first book. That book's fucking awesome.
Dude, yeah, Chris Perkins, yeah. So acting is how, yeah. So he plays Viaria Rogue, and Chris Perkins, which said Chris Perkins lets him do everything, and that's true. Like, they do some wild shit. Like, if you never watched an episode of Acquisitions Incorporated, Eddie, that's really hard to say.
The only reason I'm
Incorporated.
Acquisitions Incorporated because when I played Neverwinter,
Yeah.
I played a lot of that.
Dude, yeah,
that part.
The whole Ac Inc. module in Neverwinter is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The Jim Dark Magic. If you go through the spells, like, let's see, on D&D Beyond, there's Jim's Magic Missile, I think.
Yes.
That's Jim Dark Magic's Magic Missile. Where it's like, you know Magic Missile, but you don't know Jim's version of it. And it's basically like you do, I think it's like double the amount of damage or something like that. But if you roll a 1, all of the magic missiles blow up in your face. But you still have to roll for it, I think. Jim's Magic Missile. Any apprentice wizard can cast a boring old magic missile spell. Oh, that's what it is. So, on a hit, a missile deals 2d4 force damage to the target, not 1d4. If the attack scores a critical hit, the target takes 5d4 force damage instead. You're rolling twice for the critical hit. If the attack roll for any missile is a 1, all missiles miss their targets and blow up in your face, dealing 1 force damage per missile to you. Good fun, lots of fun, good time. Chris Perkins is amazing at everything. Let's see. D&D Live. Yeah, this year Jack Black was in it. Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes, Jay and Silent Bob, they played in it this year. Reggie Watts, Tiffany Haddish, Deborah Ann Wall, Seth Green, Beetle and Grims. That's who it was. Kate Welch ran a game for Joe Manganiello, Matthew Lillard, Travis and Clint McElroy, Malik Forte, and Jerry Holkins from Mac Inc., who is also a freaking lunatic, by the way. Doesn't say the PAX West game was shown live in a movie theater. That's so sick. That's so sick. Really. Eddie, why are you so focused over there?
Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I can get this face right. I'm trying to make sure I get all these details good as best I can. I'm trying to make it as good as I can make it.
Alright.
I'm just scared the face will look bad.
Just a reminder to anyone who's watching, you can use your Amazon Prime account to do a free subscription for a month, and it will not charge you. It doesn't add anything to your bank account or anything, and you can do it every month. You can get channel points and do all sorts of stuff with it. Your channel points will get you this really fun dabbing emoji that I'm for real obsessed with.
I love that fucking emoji. It's actually the best emoji in the world.
So definitely go in and click subscribe if you wanna send us money. Don't use your Amazon Prime account and just sign up with a subscription, and you can donate to our channel so that way we can get Dylan a better microphone and webcam, because all of his trash is trash. But other than that, we're just hanging out. We're hanging out, chatting about D&D, thinking about D&D, looking at D&D.
Fantasizing about D&D.
Yeah, basically. How much more do you think you have left, Eddie?
I'm doing detail. I'm doing highlights and detail work right now.
We're getting there. We're in the 11th hour, as they say, as they like to say in the old Testament.
In the Old Testament.
Yeah, in the olden times. I'm gonna start. Oh, did you take a before picture?
Yes, I did.
Oh, good. I was expecting you to say no.
Nope. I learned my lesson.
Did you get your light box yet?
Yep. We used the light box to take the before picture.
Hell yeah! Did it come out good?
Came out okay.
Oh my god! Come on. You are the worst. Gotta mark Sunday off my calendar here. Paint. This week is a Dungeon Crate week, which I have successfully started. I'm very excited.
Good.
Gotta get my life together here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ugh. Fuck.
So talk us through it, Eddie. Let's talk about painting. What's the problem? You're stressing out. Why?
Right now, I'm trying to make sure okay, so I'm worried that the details on the face here are like bad. I'm trying to get the details good. I'm trying to make sure some things, the highlights pop. I'm trying to make sure it doesn't look like poop. I don't want it to look cheap and bad, but I'm trying to make so. Like, that's the risk. If I go in with like, it's like, oh, I'm gonna get this detail thing. I feel like every single time I do that, it feels like I'm going to like ruin it.
Question.
Yes.
Are you nervous that the mouth is too black? Is that what you were talking about?
A little. That is one of my problems.
So when you're done, right? Like, let's just say you finish right now.
Yeah.
Can you let it dry and then go in with like a white dry brush later to cover that up a little bit?
Do you want me to do that?
I'm just asking. Is that? I can't see how good or bad it is if I'm gonna like it or not. I'm very picky when it comes to this. I'm also not picky at all. So do whatever you want.
The mouth.
I get what I get.
I'm I can always
whatever.
I can always go over it. I just want to be able to so you can see.
I just didn't know if that was like a technique that you can do to correct it later by like letting it dry and then going in again later.
It's
on.
not a technique. That's just normal. That's just a thing that you can do. Yeah.
Well, to me, it's a technique.
The problem is, I think
it's not a normal for me.
I think I need the paint to be thinner. That might be what it is. I think the paint's it's too thick. And I think that it needs to be thinner. And if I could thin it down, oh god. The problem is if I thin it, I might fucking damn it. Yeah, that's yep. It was too thin. But I can just get that out of there. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, the paint is just too. It's too thick, so I have to thin it down. The problem is, I have to be very careful because I don't want to. Fuck, it's too fucking black, son of a bitch. Alright, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go over it, right?
What's that thing called? Not the D&D starter set. It's the Essentials Kit. D&D Essentials Kit. You can get that shit at Target, Walmart.
You can get it. You can get it anywhere.
Everywhere. Remember, I was really excited about it. I think I pre-ordered it. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I looked for it at Target. I usually pre-order all the bullshit.
There we go. It's a little bit better.
Yeah, some wicks. Oh shit! I gotta pack up your brother's T-shirt order.
Oh yeah, he told me that he bought a bunch of stuff from you.
So did Terry. Thanks, Terry. I'm gonna pack up some stuff, I guess.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure. Fuck this goddamn part. Fuck. Oh my god.
So yeah, if you're into Dungeons and Dragons and you also like clothes on your body, I got D&D clothes.
Yeah, I really do love buying Ryan's clothes.
I'm really stoked about the stuff that I have coming out.
Yeah. Shit's good. Shit's tight. Like, I gotta go back with the same color.
I'm really excited about it.
Really hope you don't hate this, because I don't hate it, but it's like, fuck, there's some, like, it could be, there's like some parts where I'm like, oh fuck, this is gonna look bad in the end.
Oh no, I'm out of stock for the bag. Oh, nuts and bolts. Thank you, Terry. Love you. Yeah, I got some cool shirts on the way. I'm really excited about them. Hope you like windbreakers. Tutors, breakers of wind.
That's tutor is a magic card thing.
Is it really?
There's a thing called a tutor. I mean, it's a tutor is a card in a magic deck that that searches out for a card that you're looking like they want, and you put your hand.
All right. No one ever thought about the fact that it's a fart?
That's funny.
You didn't think about that until I just said that?
I didn't know it until you said that.
What? What do you mean you didn't? A toot? Like,
a
tooter.
I've heard. Yeah, no. I heard. Okay, now I see. No, I've heard toots. I just never heard the word tutor.
Yeah, I'm a big tutor.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I figured it out now.
So then when I said windbreaker is a breaker of wind, like a tutor.
Yeah, that's funny.
I'm gonna call the windbreakers tutors. Not really, but I wanted to catch on. Sort of like flounder pounder. I gotta get that one.
Flounder pounder.
That's a good one. I'm trying really hard not to forget that one. I love the summer tie-dye shirt. Hell yeah, man. Super simple and clean, and the coloring is great. That one I wasn't sold on, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with it. And when I did, I was like, hell yeah, this came out way sick. I'm really into that one. I wish I wore tie-dye though.
I never wear tie-dye.
Actually, this is a good example of being picky. I own like 3 or 4 of my own shirts just because I'm really picky about the clothes I wear. What are you stressing about?
I mean, it's good for you,
Take
Ryan.
a freaking deep breath.
I did, and then you were like, well, you should down breath.
No, what you did was sighed like you were depressed with how it was coming out.
No,
I want you to take a relaxing breath.
I need to... First of all, relaxing is for dumb babies.
You're a nightmare fool.
Nightmare fool. I might nightmare fuel fool. Yep. All right, now the details on this thing. One,
We should.
2.
I was just thinking about something.
What?
We should go to D&D Beyond. Let me see how easy it would be to...
What?
Oh, actually, right on the D&D Beyond homepage, they did a deep dive with Rhea Iyengar. I think they interviewed her.
Yeah, you know, that person.
Yeah, that's the one I mentioned like 4 times tonight.
Yep. The one that you said.
I want to see... D&D Beyond itself is free. Which part costs money? So there are subscriptions. You see, I can actually look. You can get subscriptions with different tiers. There's the free tier. You can purchase and use official content in the tool set. You don't get exclusive perks like monthly exclusive dice or character sheet customizations. Don't get early access to new tools, which means you are limited to up to 6 here. Just look at it. I'll link the subscriptions thing.
God fucking damn it.
Instead of reading them all out. But there's different subscriptions you can get, and then on top of the free subscription, you can also buy the books in the marketplace. And I believe, I might be wrong on this one. I believe when you get them, the physical copies, I wonder if there's one in my...
What, you think about the codes?
Yeah.
I have not seen a code in so fucking long.
The Essentials kit comes with a code. I think you either get a discount or you get it for free.
Yeah, no, I have not seen a code in a long time.
On the marketplace. I swear by D&D Beyond though. This shit rules. It makes everything so much easier.
Yeah, when people come, like, people ask, like, oh, what do you think is better? D&D or Pathfinder? And I'll say D&D. And the main reason is because of Beyond. If Beyond didn't exist, it was pretty much a toss-up. Okay.
Alright, so my idea was I want to see how easy or hard it would be to get your hand to paint in the frame. But also...
Oh, god damn it!
We'll get better at this, Eddie. Eventually, we'll get there.
Son of a bitch. Sorry.
Why is the... Oh, they have an actual... I already have... How easy or hard it would be to get a random monster? I don't know how to pick a random monster. Maybe we can roll for it. Anyways, the idea that I have is to pick a random monster, and then you and I, or whoever else is involved in it, like if anyone in the chat wants to take the next 2 weeks to come up with some sort of idea or mechanic or encounter using that monster. And then it will be one of the first things we address before we get into painting.
You want to elaborate a little bit?
Yeah, sure. We'll go for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
Well, I mean, I didn't need a demonstration. I just need you to elaborate because I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I know, I understand.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
We would roll 2d8. Roll the d8. Here, I'm just gonna do it. You keep talking about painting. I'm gonna figure this out.
Okay, right now I'm almost done. This is what I got so far. If this is possible to see. Excuse me. Hold on. Let me put up a different tab up, and then do this like this. Okay. Let's see if I can get this zoomed in as best I can. Focus. Whatever. So this is what I got so far. It's not bad, but there are certain things I wish were a little better, but that's okay. The hammer came out pretty cool. And the face I wish was a little bit better. Like the face is, well, let me we can get the really zoomed in. Focus.
Will it focus better on your actual webcam? I'm gonna switch screens.
Let me check. Fuck. Definitely not. Wait. Oh, hold on.
Bring it over into the actual pitch frame. One more.
Like, a little more.
Pull it back a little bit and put your hand behind it.
Got it.
Pull your second hand back a little bit.
This hand?
Whatever hand you're using as your backdrop.
Got it.
There you go. Can you move it a little closer?
Yeah.
Put your head behind your hand. Trying to focus on like 3 different depths.
Hold on. Plan B.
Ruin.
Shut up. Shut your mouth. Let's try that again. It's actually from far away. Looks fucking awesome.
That's what I was talking about. Like, you're never going to be staring at this thing.
Shut
it's
up.
going to be on the middle of the table,
Shut
5 feet
up.
away from my face.
Don't want to hear it. That's not my problem.
It looks great.
Thanks.
We're going to post it on our Instagram and our Twitter and our Discord and everything.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
That's exactly what we're going to do.
I'm trying to get it on the same angle as this, like the background. I'm trying to make it so you can see it compared to the background.
Oh, I
If
see
I can-
what you mean.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to have my hand there. That's why I didn't want my face there. But it's not gonna work. Wait, there.
You can't move your hand out of the way when you're done.
No,
with
yes
that.
I can. Watch. Yes I can. Watch. I did it. Whatever.
Your camera focuses on different depths.
Don't want to hear it from you.
Oh, we got another question from Booch, but I wanted to explain my idea first before I forget about it.
Sure.
So what I did was I went to the Monsters tab on D&D Beyond.
Mhm.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different types of creatures, and then number 8 is show more to go to the next page, right? I rolled a d8, and if it hit 8, I was going to go to the next page, but I didn't. I rolled a 3, which was Celestial. There's 2 pages of Celestials, so I rolled another d8, and it was going to be evens and odds, and I rolled a 1. So, and then I rolled a d20 because there's 20 creatures on the page, and I rolled a 15. So I landed on Pegasus. So, the quote-unquote challenge idea that I have is, in the next 2 weeks, you and I, and if anyone else wants to get involved, maybe on the Discord, we can do a Discord thing. We can do a Discord involvement. We have to create some sort of encounter or mechanic or something with a Pegasus involved. It has to have a Pegasus, and we'll go through them. What you and I come up with next week, and then if there's
So
any...
what would be an example of like what you're talking about?
You want me to come up with an encounter of a Pegasus on the spot?
No, like something fucking really simple. Like
you encounter a Pegasus in the woods.
okay, never mind. I see what you're saying now.
Yeah, just like come up with some sort of encounter that has to involve a Pegasus.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Like, oh, the farmhand, his Pegasus escaped, or his horse escaped, but then you learn later that it's actually a Pegasus, and it escaped because it flew away.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna get destroyed in this. I'm gonna like that's some mediocre thing, and then Ryan's like, "Yeah, here's the thing that's insane." It's like, oh, okay. Right now I'm painting on the base in case anyone cares. It's just painting it black.
I'm having very intense chest pain right now.
Why?
Because my gallbladder was removed, so I'm having air bubble pains.
Yeah, I was gonna say, shouldn't that stop because you got your gallbladder removed?
You would think. You sure would think, huh? Guess what? It doesn't. It was a scam. Thanks, doctors.
Yeah, say
Thanks, science and health.
You made you look real stupid.
I'm on a bunch of medication, and it doesn't even help. Doesn't do anything. Can't get my insides straight and figured out. Anyways, Booch's question. So when you play mid-level or in real life, do you use Beyond on your phone, or does the DM have it up for everyone? We all have our own.
On my phone.
We all have character sheets. You can make your own character on there. You can access all the information that I have. I made one for Dylan, so that way he can log in on it. And as the DM, you can click between the characters to pull up everyone's sheet and see their spells, their features, and everything. The other day, I don't have a link to it, but the other day I went into Excel and I made a DM screen for myself for the Tuesday game because they all have different features that overlap that I need to be aware of and be careful about and remember that they have them when I'm designing encounters. Specifically like Paladin aura of protection that extends out 10 or 15 feet. I need to remember that. And the fighter crit makes it so everyone else has advantage on their next attacks for a whole round. Different things like that. Things I just need to keep in mind when running a game or planning for. I didn't do one for the mid-level game because I'm still trying to see if I can figure it out without getting a cheat sheet. But now that Anthony's up to his old bullshit.
Oh, my brother?
Yeah, of course you. Everything, that whole story that I said in the beginning of this session tonight. Unbelievable. Oh yeah, I use Eyes of the Grave or Touch of the Grave or whatever the hell it's called. And it's cursed. That means the next attack gives it vulnerability. Absurd. But you know what? Now that I know that's a thing, guess what you guys are gonna fight eventually? A warlock with Touch of the Grave that gives you a vulnerability. Eat my shorts. So pro DM tip. Anyone out there?
Kill your players.
Don't kill your players. Use their own abilities against them. If the characters can have it, why can't the creatures? That's why I said
Divine Wizard Portent Lucky. Have fun with that. Figure that one out.
I said this in the beginning of the excuse me if you can hear me burping. It's my air bubble decompressing. It hurts very bad. So I apologize. I'll try to mute it next time. I wasn't thinking. Earlier I mentioned the sneak attack. Same thing. If players can have sneak attack, why can't creatures? And then also, the other thing is, here's another little tip and trick. When you look at the stat block of a creature, so I still have the Pegasus up, right? It says hit points 59, and then in parentheses 7d10 plus 21. 59 is the average. Everything inside the parentheses is what you would roll and add to it. So it's 7d10 plus 21, which is the Constitution modifier of plus 3. 7, that just means that's what level a Pegasus is. So it's a level 7 Pegasus. That means nothing when creating encounters, but if you find, let's say, let's go to a Lich, just because it's the first, oh, I guess not. Oh, because I have...
You know, here's a pro painter tip. If you want it, fuck white. God damn it.
Go to a Lich. It's got 18 d8 plus 54. That means it's a level 18 spellcaster.
Damn it.
So if you want to give your monsters the same stats as the players, look at how many hit die they have, how many hit points they have. Think about the class that they would be, or what they are, or whatever. Sometimes it'll tell you, sometimes it doesn't. And then look at the features of that type of class and see if it would have any of those things. Commoners are good for it. Thugs and bandits are good for it. If you're fighting bandits, you could make them a rogue, you can make them fighter, you can make a bandit a monk. Look at the features they have. Maybe you're going to fight a bandit that's got flurry of blows and it's going to hit you 6 times. Who knows? Maybe it's a multi-class, a fighter monk, where it can hit you 6 times, then action surge and do it all over again. I'm taking my own advice right now, by the way. I've never done any of this. I'm going to now. Let's see. Let's look at Beast. Awakened White Moose is a beast that just came up. Oh, it's in Frostmaiden.
Uh-oh. Nice catch.
Charge, multi-attack, antlers, hooves. Got advantage on strength and dex save. This would be some sort of fighter, right? Oh, it knows druidic, which means it's a druid. This must be a... awakened creature.
So tricky. If I slip, I need you all to know that I tried my best.
If you slip?
Yeah.
What that mean?
It means if I miss up a detail. I got it, because I'm a fucking god.
And so this guy's got Indomitable. Yeah, so see, sometimes they give you the actual features too. This one's called Emergo. It's from Waterdeep Dragon Heist. He's a level 22. 22 d8 plus 44 hit points. Strength is through the roof. Con is through the roof. Got plus 9 to athletics, plus 5 to intimidation. And it knows Indomitable and second wind. Which means it's a fighter. So it makes 3 attacks. Give this creature action surge. Make it 6 attack. Why not, right? Am I talking to myself, Eddie?
No, I'm listening to you. I hate you. But I'm listening.
What did I do?
Because I don't want to think of fucking shit with an Indomitable. I don't want to deal with that.
I'm like clicking through the creatures now just to I'm trying to give myself ideas while also vocalizing them.
I'm also
Verbalizing.
trying to get these details in,
Give you some ideas.
and I'm really trying to focus on this part here because when you gave this detail on this, you gave this is fucking nightmare level.
Wait, which detail are you talking about?
The the little red details on the armor.
Well, I can't see it because I can only see your hand.
Doesn't matter, I'm going over again.
Butch says, "What's the craziest thing you've ever done or allowed in a campaign?" I was just watching Ack Inc. earlier, and Perkins let Viari roll all his dice for damage. It made me LOL.
As a DM, the most insane thing I've ever done was let Ryan do anything.
That's really funny. Craziest thing you've ever done or allowed in a campaign? Huh.
The most insane thing I've ever done is play a portent wizard. A portent is the dumbest thing in the world. So I'll explain how it works. In level 2, you can pick the type of school your wizard is going to be if you play wizard, right? There is a diviner wizard in base D&D. And diviner wizard
magic.
is divination magic, yep. And the way he works is you roll 2 d20s at the beginning of the day. And you can save those rolls and use them against almost any goddamn roll throughout the day. So let's say you roll a 1, you can force an enemy to roll a 1. Insane. Now get the lucky feat. What lucky feat does is it gives you 3 points of lucky. And these 3 points of lucky can be used to reroll anytime you want, on almost anything. So, if you combine lucky with portent, you are God. Dice means nothing to you. You can go hold person and destroy them. Because you can use hold person, and hold person is a spell that if they fail to save, they're like stuck and they can't really do anything, and like you auto crit against them. So if the timing's just right, you can hold person, force a fail, and just wreck their shit. I used it in my game with my friends, and they hated me for it. And it's like a rule now. It's like you can't divination wizard now, or else like with lucky, or else like we're going to go out of our way to like kill you. Of how insane like it really was. And I don't blame them. But are they little bitches? Yep. Little baby boys.
Wizards use intelligence, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Check this out. Ready for this one?
Mm-hmm.
Remember how I was just talking about giving creatures things that characters can have?
Don't.
So what if we went back to this past Thursday with that Mind Flayer that uses innate spell casting with intelligence as its ability, which it does.
Please.
And also has portent.
I would fucking kill you.
Man, imagine being like, hey, can you go ahead and make me an intelligence saving throw, please? Oh, wait, no, don't, actually, because I have portent and I already pre-rolled a 4. So, what's your mod for that? Oh, -1? That's right, sorry. You're now incapacitated and also stunned. And you're about to get your brain sucked out. Thank you, portent.
I would fucking I would kill you.
That is brilliant. Thank you, Eddie. That's the shit I'm talking about. This can make the game so fun. So fun for the DM. I'm gonna look through all the class features and be like, what are some cool things I can give to my creatures?
Right. Ryan, you're becoming the thing you swore to destroy.
I'm becoming too powerful. Yeah. Please take me out.
Yeah, no, dude, you're doing what Anthony does. It's like, oh, look at these fun combos I can do. Piece of shit.
What's the craziest thing you've done or allowed in a campaign? I don't know. I've been running 2 different campaigns for 4 years and multiple one-shots. I can't think of anything that I've done in those things.
Well, let me think. Let me try to help you here.
I can list things that other people have done in games that I've ran or played. Like in the Silverhand game, our friend Dane we cast Wish on him to cast Enlarge, and he hand to hand fought a fire giant and grappled him and whittled him down and headbutt him to death in a hand to hand duel in Avernus. That was one of the sickest things.
The most insane thing, which I think for you as a DM, what you've done, that was fucking nuts. Trying to think of all the encounters that we've had. That fucking, I'll tell you one of the most fun ones. The one we did with the Griffin and the dragon.
Green
That was
dragon.
fun as hell. That was fun as hell.
That was completely
that.
random, not planned, not prepared, not anything. I turned around behind me to look at the minis and saw the dragon there, and I was like, I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Let me think. Oh, we killed Frederick. That was pretty fucking whack.
That was whack. I think so. And the second part of this question is, I was watching Ack Inc. earlier, and Chris Perkins let Patrick Rothfuss roll his dice for damage. So roll all of his dice, not just his d6 or not whatever. He was able to just roll everything.
Yeah.
So I think he means, what are some things that you normally couldn't do or wouldn't do or shouldn't do?
That you let get away with.
I think that's the question.
I'm actually, oh my fucking god, there's so many things I let people get away with. And I'm like, damn it, you and Anthony are the perpetrators of that shit the most. I'm trying to think. Oh my god, remember we were playing Humblewood? We were playing Humblewood, and the final boss was a flame elemental. Ryan asked for a magical item, and the magical item shoots water, and I didn't think much of it. Don't know why. That was dumb. And then he fucking demoralized me. He's just like, oh yeah, here's the big bad evil elemental. Here comes a fucking hose. It blasted that shit. I was like, I made a huge mistake. Like, it's like, now I'm gonna use the ice thing, the ice scepter, to freeze the water, and it's just like, no.
He says sometimes Chris Perkins will just let them explain some amazing acrobatics move, and he's just like, yep, you just do that without a roll. So those kind of things are person to person based. So like to go back earlier, what we were talking about when I was like, you know, there's some DMs who are very they're rules lawyers, right? They're very in touch with. Are you done painting?
Yep.
Okay, just switch. Swap cameras. We'll finish this question up and we'll do the things. But there's like rules lawyers, and they are very in touch with the rules of the game and mechanics, and is like, you know, if you want to go and do this and the other thing, you have to make an acrobatics roll, a strength check, a saving throw, all that stuff. And it can be fun, it can be cool, and it can make things interesting. But if there's no reason for it or no purpose for it, and all it acts as is a deterrent, basically, it makes it not fun. So there's like a few things I can think of where, like, you, like, for one of my games, for example, right, there are some walls or whatever that you would need to climb. Depending on the height, I won't make you roll for it, because at level 10 and 14 or 15, you can climb. You know what I mean? Your adventurers, your heroes, you're known throughout the world. You can climb a rope. I will make you roll if at the bottom of the rope is a spike pit, or it's a 400-foot drop. I will make you roll for those, just because it will matter if you fall. But things that are like, you know, I jump out the second floor, I'll just roll for damage, but I won't have you roll like an acrobatics check to make you land on your feet or something. I'll just roll the 2d6 that you requires or whatever. There's things you can just bypass, and really what it comes down to is D&D is supposed to be fun for everybody. And to go back to Eddie with the kids, if you want to just let them do what they want to do and then kind of roll with it, then you can do that.
Yeah, one very popular. So I have one kid, and what he would do is, he would like do a thing, and he'd be like, okay, and then I do a quadruple backflip, and I'd be like, sometimes I'd be like, okay, sure, you do it, just so I can like just keep the thing moving, and then sometimes I'd be like, you know what, fuck this kid. And it's like, go roll for your acrobatics, and he would like roll low. I'm like, yeah, you fall flat on your face. You look really stupid. Like,
Yeah.
So it's kind of a mix and match of what I kind of feel like at the moment. One of the things I just remembered, I had the kids, like they were in this elemental, like pyramid place, right? And it's pretty much like they were in a pyramid tomb, and they were like elementals all over the place, and like there was a buff that they can get. You touch the orb. Everyone in the room would get an elemental buff that you can also swap with elemental buffs if you want. Doesn't matter. And you can like kind of like, and we'll like decide what the buff is right now. Like, so the same kid, biggest mistake I've ever made. He was like, I want my farts I want to shoot a lightning fart. And I go, sure, you can lightning fart for a cantrip for like a D6 or a D8 or something. I don't remember what it was. He used it as much as he could. Like it's like literally just like the moment, like every like 10 seconds. Like, okay, lightning fart. It's like,
You should have did it like a dragon's breath, where they could do it once per short rest or something.
Yep. That you're correct. Yep. That was dumb of me. And it's just like, oh, like one of them was like, oh, you can like shape earth or use a shape water like spell as a cantrip. Or if it's already a cantrip, like you gain that cantrip or something like that. That was fucking dumb of me.
So I just thought about one of the cooler things that I've done, and it was a Your Humblewood game, and it was with Milo, and he was this cute, adorable little mouse person, and I had shape water, but he was also a warlock. So I remember early on in the game, I was like, hey, I want to talk to your NPC that we're going to question, and we're going to try to get information out of him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let me persuade you. Like, I want to, like, you know, if you comply and you answer us and you're truthful, then you can have some water. I'll bandage you up. I'll heal you. We'll let you go on your way, right?
Sure.
And you let me roll for it, and I did it. We talked about it. We got all the information we needed from this person. We got more answers than we were supposed to, I think, is the problem for you. And then I was like, all right, I want to hand him my water and let him start drinking out of it.
Oh my god. And he froze the fucking water
as he was
throat.
drinking it, I was like, and then I was like, you know what? On second thought, we don't have use for you, and if we let you go back, you're just going to tell all your people. And I used shape water to freeze it and turn it into an icicle in his throat and just killed him.
Shape water's the fucking wackest spell. I hate it. That spell ruined my life.
Tight. That one was really tight.
That was really cool. But God, I was like, oh. Fuck.
I don't necessarily know that that's how that spell works. So
who cares?
You letting me do it was one of the cooler things, I think.
Yeah, that was fun. But as soon as you did it, I was like, oh, fucking damn it. I'm so dumb. Yeah, as a DM, I generally let people do whatever they want, which is a mistake.
I always have to hesitate, especially when it comes to like a feature-related thing or a spell-related thing that you guys have, because I'm like, okay, if you do this once, you will do this again.
Oh, yeah.
You will continue to do this. And that is like, as soon as anybody at the
especially with Anthony. Anthony's a fucking lunatic.
Dude, Anthony and Terry does it too. They're like, can I maybe do this thing where I'm going to try to cast a spell in this way? I'm like, well, I want to say yes, but because I know what's going to happen is, oh, you know, it's canon. I was able to do this once.
It trivialized an entire fucking campaign. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, you have to be careful what you allow your players to do.
Yeah.
One thing I've been actually thinking about wanting to DM again. Not necessarily want to, like, it's like, oh, I really want to do it. It's like, no, it's like, oh, if I do it again, this is how I'm going to do it. One of the things I was thinking about, excuse me, is have like one thing you can pay attention to is many spells require a component, a verbal somatic component. And what you can do is like you can, if a player does something fucking whack, or just establish in the very beginning. I would establish in the very beginning. It's like, okay, you need a component. So imagine, let's say, chromatic orb. Chromatic orb requires diamonds of 300. No.
Chromatic orb requires diamonds?
It requires a diamond, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes, unfortunately, I'm sure.
I know Revivify does.
Revivify does. You know, even better example. Revivify uses a diamond of 300. That one uses 300 gold pieces of diamond. Chromatic orb uses a diamond.
Oh, you're right. Holy shit, I didn't know that.
I know you're so smart. Chromatic orb requires a diamond. I think it has to be 100 GP.
50.
50. Well, that's not that bad. Anyway.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So components, a lot of spells need that. That's what chromatic orbs actually say. And you don't have the component, you can't cast a spell. So what you can do is you can limit the amount of times they can find components for the spell. So let's say you know a person's gonna take Revivify and whatever, just be like, make it either really difficult and make it a whole thing to get the diamond to do it, or like just say they have the diamond for whatever reason. You can try to find a way to make them lose that diamond, or whatever. So there's a little quick tip to make it so people can't commit insane out of nowhere. Like, as that player though, if I, for the sake of argument, worked really hard to get a diamond, or like if I had the diamonds and for some reason I lost it, I would get annoyed really fucking quick. I'd be like, you're a dick. Like,
I didn't realize that.
I think you would have to, as a DM, if you're reducing like that, you'd have to establish that's like, hey, components are not going to be a thing, and I can take those things away if it becomes something, if a spell becomes a problem.
So the way that we usually do it with our game and also Damien's game is we only use the component rule thing for big spell like Revivify.
Yeah. Yes.
For chromatic orb, but I think this is why I didn't.
Chromatic orb.
I didn't realize it was a thing because it was a $50 or 50 gold diamond, and it doesn't get consumed when you use it.
No, it does not.
So that it is what it is, really.
Chromatic orb is very, very good, and that's the reason why the component is a 50 like GP thing. Like it's a spell. It's a level 1 fucking spell that does what, 2d8 at least. That's kind of insane when you really think about it. And it could choose a damage. So you can, if you know a certain monster is like vulnerable to something, it's like, okay, let's say like a zombie shows up and they're it's radiant damage, and I don't think chromatic orb could do radiant. But let's say it's I don't know, a fire elemental, and you make it cold damage. Are they vulnerable to cold? It doesn't matter. In this imaginary scenario, they're vulnerable to cold, right? And it's like, oh, I chromatic orb, fuck you. And it's like, that's kind of nuts. So chromatic orb is an insane spell. It's like my favorite spell involved D&D, even though it's like not the best spell.
I think if I were to use chromatic spell as like a caster, I think I would roll to see which one I pick.
Oh, that's not a terrible idea.
That way it kind of eliminates the idea of like meta gaming, like, oh, I know this takes extra damage to fire.
Yeah. Or you could like, you can just stick to one element. If you're like, okay. Actually, you know what thing you can do? Fucking insane. You can be a storm sorcerer, right? Be a storm sorcerer, and they have an ability where or is it the storm cleric? One of the two. I think it's the cleric. It doesn't matter. They can do a thing where they channel divinity and make one of their lightning or thunder spells maximum damage. You don't roll damage. So what you can do is you can take be a very human, take the feat magic initiate, so you can get chromatic orb even though you're a cleric or a sorcerer. Whichever one is the one that does. I think it's cleric. I'm
well, you said channel divinity, so I think that's a cleric thing.
Well, yeah. I said channel divinity.
Cleric?
Yeah, the Tempest cleric. I said channel divinity in my head because I thought it is cleric. I think it doesn't matter. It's your special feature. You can do it once, so you can go take the magic initiate feat, get chromatic orb, and then like you hit with chromatic orb, and you go, okay, max damage. Something that you shouldn't be able to do.
Yeah.
Like it's an insane chromatic orb is nuts. That's why that component thing is a thing. But yeah, I would say components. Say it early on. 2 times I've had it in different campaigns where I had the DM be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna start doing components now," and it's just like, and I was just like, "No, you started this shit like without components. You're sticking with it like that way. You can't just fucking do that. That's dumb. You have to start from the like get-go."
Yeah, I mean, I think anything like that, you should definitely go through with a session 0,
Right.
and go through all that stuff, like what you're gonna
Or
track and things
if
like
you're
that.
gonna do it midway, make it so the people who have those spells give them the components to do those things, right? And then, because like, if the idea is like, oh, later, like you're focusing on a spell later on, that's gonna appear, like that's stupid, insane with but it needs a component. That's the only time doing it midway in my head is fair.
Yeah. So if you look, I think this would probably be the last thing, and we'll close out here. But
Yeah,
if
I got
you
a
were
whole
to,
tangent.
you're fine. Most classes have a thing in their biology that lets them cast spells without needing components. So it'll be like a wizard uses an arcane focus. A druid uses a druidic focus, things like that, where they don't need components. There are requirements for certain spells, like Chromatic Orb, where it will, if you look at the components, for example, for Revivify, I have it up, it says components would be VSM, that's verbal, somatic, and material. And the material component is a diamond's worth 300 gold pieces, which the spell consumes. Those are the things we're talking about. Like if you're gonna track all components, those are pretty much neutralized with the classes themselves. But if you're gonna track these types of components, you should definitely let the players know in advance, or whatever.
I mean, also arcane focus nullifies some components, so there is that.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Like, for the most part, it's irrelevant. But things like diamonds or whatever, those are I think was it plane shift requires you to have a tuning fork. A forked metal rod worth at least 250 gold pieces attuned to a particular plane of existence. So if you wanted to use plane shift and go to the 9 hells, you need to have a 9 hells specific attuned metal rod tuning. That's a wild thing. I don't even know where you'd get it. But it's a thing. And it could make or break your game, I guess. Anyways, Anthony wants to know what your background is. And
I said it was an alchemy thing.
Lucci said it's an honor system. If you don't abuse of a system, I won't be a stickler for every rule. 100%.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be a dick to your players, and they won't be a dick to you. And if their players are being a dick to you, you can be a dick right back.
Right. Scott, that Harry Potter game I ran for him, he was doing something, and I made him roll for it because basically I was just having him learn how to roll things and what sort of checks he would make. And he questioned me, and he was like, "So wait, I roll the thing, and then you tell me whether or not I do it?" I was like, "Yeah." Like, okay, but you could just say, "Yes, I do it," right? Like, yeah, I could if I wanted you to have fun, but I want you to learn how to play the game first. Because there's definitely things you can be like, "Oh, I want to do this thing." I'm like, "All right, yeah, hell yeah, you do it." Like, that sounds sick to me. It looks awesome in my head. Rule of cool. Go for it. You do the thing. But if it matters in a situation, then I'll probably have you roll. I think it's all situationally based. Anyways, do you have anything else, Eddie?
Nope. I'm really glad everyone who showed up did. Thanks for watching me paint this thing, and not even paint this thing, just like looking at my hand.
Watching the back of his hand the whole time.
Yeah, thanks for looking at the back of my hand all the time. I'll get better at centering it. Thanks for hanging out. I'm trying to think if there's anything special going on that I need to talk about. Nothing I can think of. I'm really excited for next time when we're going to possibly, I don't think, it might be not the next one or the one after, but when we go back to Midlevel Crisis, the campaign, and we beat the piss out of Thayland.
Don't think it's next week.
Probably not gonna be next week.
I
Probably the
think
week
next
after.
next week I think is either going to be a one shot or we're going to have a special guest.
I'm so tired of the one shots. Let's just do fucking. Let's kick Dylan's ass.
I know, dude. I was talking to Dylan about it. Serena's not going to be there. She's moving.
Oh, damn it.
Important note. Paint stream in 2 weeks. You're not going to be here.
Yes. So it's Max's birthday and Nick's birthday. Like they celebrate at the same time, and it's on that Sunday that they chose. And I realized what it was the other day, and I was like,
They chose
fuck.
their birthday.
Yeah, it's no. See, Max's birthday was like earlier this month, and they waited.
They're celebrating
until-
on it. Got it.
Yeah, because they wanted to do it together, and I was like, oh fuck. And then I missed it for the paint stream, or missed the paint stream. And I was like, well, that's obvious. I have to go to my friend's birthday party.
So, being said, next week I don't know what we're doing. I don't know if it's going to be a one shot or a chat or whatever. But in 2 weeks for the next painting stream, we will not be painting. That is for sure. Unless Serena wants to paint.
Ooh, that'd be interesting. Yeah,
I'll
you
ask
should
her.
ask her, see if she wants to take it up for the day.
See what happens. But we definitely won't be doing that. So, hopefully, Jesus, brings us into September 5th. Should be, I think, when we jump back into mid-level. Oh, Eddie, you frigged it. You screwed up the whole layout.
Well, I was curious. I was reading I was going to see if I got any text.
We'll go back to it so we can close this thing out.
Okay.
You really friggin' done did it now.
Got him. Let's see. Fuck. Where is it? There it is. I got impatient. Hold on. I'm almost there. There it is.
Don't touch your bullshit.
Okay.
So I think September 5th we are going back to the mid-level campaign. So to go back to your question way in the beginning, Booch, if you need to catch up on the campaigns, now is the time to do it. You got 1, 2, 3 weeks to get caught up on everything. If not, we will talk to Dylan and figure something out and see if we can get a recap thing up or something. But that's it. I'm done talking. I don't want to talk anymore. My throat's dry. I'm hungry. I want to get water. I have water right here that's been sitting on the floor. I just remembered.
I have a drink too in my sick ass cup.
All right, so let's finish this shit and get this over with. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for the questions. Thanks for being awesome. Thank you if you subscribed. I don't know why it's not telling me if you did or not. I'm just assuming no one did because no one cares, and that's fine. You don't have to. You do you. You live your life. I'll survive, I think. Anyway, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for all the sick dabs that we had in chat. Let's go ahead. Let's get some more dabs. Get some more Fs in the chat. More dabs in the chat. Boom, 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 boom. Get them all out there. Really hope you watched that, dude. I don't know what that means.
Watch that dude.
I don't know what that means.
Anthony, what the fuck does that mean?
I don't know what that means. I'm gonna be thinking about it for the rest of my life, I think.
Watch that dude.
Thank you to our sponsors, the Initiative Order, Band of Badgers. Please go check them out. They're a lot of fun. They're great people. Oh, there we
Anthony
go.
subscribed.
Anthony subscribed, so it does tell you. Oh, neat. Thanks, Anthony. That means all the rest of you fools didn't subscribe. Thanks for nothing. Got him. Caught.
Yeah.
Red-handed. Yeah, dab on him. Get some more dabs in the chat. Oh, shit. That means he was first. So now your stupid brother is going to have that first tag for the rest of ever. Oh, that sucks. He doesn't even like you. He's gonna now he's your #1 supporter.
Yikes.
Anyways, thank you to them. Session Zero is a clothing company I have. It's a Dungeons & Dragons inspired. Go check it out. Session-zero.com. I'm done talking about it. Go check out Dungeon Crate. I gotta reach out to Wayne about sponsorship here, but I'm gonna sponsor them anyways. I'm gonna give them a shout out. I've been trying to write for them, so go check out their stuff. And I think that's it. Go to our Discord. I'll link all this in the chat. Here's our Discord link. Here's everything else.
I went to the mod view and I don't know what I'm looking at.
You went to the mod view?
Yeah, I'm in a mod view right now.
Don't know what that means. But I don't know. Doesn't matter. But thank you guys for hanging out. I'm done talking. I can't do this anymore. This has been a nightmare and a half. Okay, it's been fine. Thank you, Eddie, for doing this. You're a good human. You're a good person, individual.
Thanks. Thanks, you too. Thanks for letting me do it.
Let's get one last dab.
Yeah.
And there it is. All right. Thank you guys. See you, I believe, next week for something weird, and then the following week for something else weird, and then the continuation of our Hangman's Oracle campaign on September 5th. That's it. See ya.
Bye.